Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. OBS updated. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're here now. Alright, there it is. Okay. I don't like... Oh, I'm disappeared. Oh, right. You know what? That's what. I knew I was forgetting something. Today has been quite the day. I've disappeared. I'm gone forever. I am non-existent. Sorry about that. It's been quite the chaotic day for me. And it doesn't help that it's we're going through a heat wave right now, so I am stuck inside. I did go outside today for boba. Whether or not that's a good decision, you decide. But I'm good. I'm ready. I had a nice. It's boba with ice cream. It's like one of my favorites for this time of year. Maybe not this time of year. This time of year it should not be this hot. Let me rephrase that. It's better. It's good for days when it's 100 degrees. Let's just put it that way. Because I'm the type of guy who doesn't really like ice in drinks. Because, you know, the whole thing of ice melting and then kind of watering down the drinks. So that's why I think ice cream is a good option. Because even if it melts, it turns the drink into a very nice, kind of delectable treat. So now that I love myself, now that I'm here, there we go. I'm here. Wow, amazing. Hey everybody. Sorry about that chaotic intro. Shino the Penguin. Welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday. It is Thursday. Almost the weekend. Just one more day. But I figured, you know, with the recent release of a brand new character in the Japanese Umamusume, I figured why not do a run, maybe 2 runs. We'll see how saucy I'm feeling, and then maybe go into CM prep because I'm still not even close to being ready. This seems to be a common thing, which I've noticed. Entirely my fault, I realize, but also I'm busy, you know, I have stuff to do, so can't just be making multiple copies or training stuff. I will say, I did have a pretty successful run yesterday with Jungle Bucket. Got a US1. Unfortunately, it was not S medium, so that's kind of a rip, but otherwise could be pretty viable for the CMs. So I'll try training for the other ones, but we will get that going, and we'll get started with that. So without further ado, I shall now load the game, which is loaded, correct? Yeah, it should be. Okay, why am I... Hello? Oh. I was like, why was I frozen there for a second? That was concerning. Alright. My OBS is fine, okay. I'm hoping this update for OBS actually, you know, solves the issues that comes up every once in a bit. But, there we go. Why is that so high? Oh, OBS update. I was gonna say, why is that so high contrast? Hold on, I know how to fix this. Properties. Uh-oh, they changed it. OBS, why do you do this to me? Configure video. Right? Yeah, okay, but why did that? Okay, that's weird, whatever. Alright, we're good now, we're good. Oh, you crazy softwares. Hey everybody, welcome. Hey Gabe, good seeing you again. Got Victoire Pisa. Kind of want her because rulership appears in her career, but I'm gonna hold back. That's absolutely fair and also a good decision, because let me tell you, it took me until Pity to get her, and I did not have enough gems for Pity, so you do the math on how that worked out. A decision that I'm slowly regretting. And also, hey Gore, long time no see. Welcome. Thanks for the lurk as always. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yeah, I've made questionable decisions. Let's just say it's it's not even. What's that word? What's the term? Where you like. Oh, what's the term? It's the term where you have something, but then it's too late, and then it'd be a better decision to let it go. But then it's not. But then you keep it. It's not bias. It's oh god. Not confirmation bias. Why am I not remembering this term? Oh, it's gonna whatever. Okay, but yeah, it's that, because as somebody who has every single character, I feel like if I'm missing one character, it just kind of looks weird. So now I kind of have to feel obligated to pull for every character, which is not a good mindset to have for a gacha game. So, yeah, let's just say it took as you can see by my pulls, there's a 1 singular pull. I did not do 1 singular pull. Let's just say there's a reset happened there. But we did get her. She is in my roster. She is in the area. She is all the way at the bottom, and there she is. So I do have her, at least. I also got... Who else did I get? I didn't get many other... I got Onsen acute, which is pretty nice. Then again, I mean, the characters I don't have is kind of not really that big of a list. It's all just kind of these ones, but we're not going to talk about that. Instead, we're just going to get into a career, and I think we'll just jump right into it. I will say, the new scenario, as much as I do like it, I don't love the fact that, you know, you can't experience their career stories while doing it, because obviously, you know, you have to customize the race according to what Breeders' Cup thing they're gonna do. So I'm gonna start off by doing, we'll do it with the simple, because I want to get into her story, right? So we'll just do a simple, similar to what I did with Almond Eye back in the anniversary. We'll just do a simple URA finals. We'll go back to this, kind of a little nice throwback. And we will quickly go through this with the most simplest intro ever. But you know what? We're good with that. Also, man, I completely forgot she's both turf and a dirt character, and she has aptitudes for mile, medium, and long. That's pretty good. Pretty. Why am I terrible with words today? Flexible character, right? So that's pretty nice. She is standard pace late. What is her stats for? Because I want to see. Medium long. Oh, this is why we check. Yeah, okay, so she's a late. So I need to build her for, okay, she has all the late skills. Okay, late it is. We'll build her as a late, which means, okay, that's pretty easy. I already have a skill to, or I already have the cards to figure out what to do with that. But I'll just keep it nice and simple. Jungle Bucket. Maybe. Yeah, Jungle Bucket. Actually, I think this is one of the ones I trained recently, actually, is it? Yeah, this is one of the ones I trained recently. Huh, that's interesting. I did not know that if you go into history here, you can see in the history here their team rank for the Beyond Dream scenario. That is really interesting. I did not know that was a thing. Also, yeah, that's recent-ish. Okay. Okay, Jungle Bucket. I'm not gonna borrow. Okay, well, yeah, I'll borrow somebody. You know what? Give them some currency. Why not? Good old classic URA. Yep. Good old back to the basics. Although I say, honestly, I do use this scenario a lot, especially for my fan runs. I auto run it anyway, but like I still have it on in the background. And oh my god, ever since I forgot that's the thing too. Ever since they opened the number of slots that you can have for characters to 5, I have so many. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a really good thing actually, because it gives me more options. But like, geez, there's so much to scroll through. And for the support cards too. Also, it's just like there's so much support cards to scroll through. We'll just do. That's a lot of old goodies. It doesn't really matter. Hold on, BB. Let me try and find somebody that has both mile and long aptitude, so we can get that kind of both up to A. Maybe. Let's see if there's anybody like that. Is there anybody like that? Please, anybody? Anybody want to be my? No, wrong, incorrect. Spare? Oh, Spare. I knew you were my friend there. Okay, perfect. We'll do that. And then I'll just use the yeah, we'll just use this one I've been using for Bucket and City for my TM runs. I think that's good enough. Good god character to Oshi run with. Well, that or like I think the most god tier characters would be ones who have aptitudes in everything. So like a King Halo or Marzensky or even like a Bourbon. Bourbon only has a C ranking for Sprint, which means you can easily be able to. I think before I used Ines for all my fan runs, I used Bourbon because I could get her reasonably to A aptitude for every single distance. So that was pretty nice. Get some sprinter stakes, you know, in there and get some of that action. Hey QG, what's up? How's it going? It's going good. It's been a hectic week. But it also doesn't help that we're going through a heat wave right now, so like it's so freaking hot for how it should be right now in good old Southern California, I think it's been 100 degrees for like the past week. So, and it's gonna continue to be like that until the weekend. So, weather update. So I'm just staying inside. Although I did go out for boba because, you know, I was craving it. So, Pisa's father, Victoire Pisa. Yeah, I'm interested to see, because I know we're definitely gonna see the rest of the gender, because she, you know, there's a whole group of characters of the newly introduced ones who are in the same generation, so it'll be interesting to see them show up for the first time. Get to see, I feel like some of them we might even see the first time their paddock introductions, all the fun stuff there. So that'll be fun, very valid. Yeah, it's been oof. It's been big oof. Luckily my place has central air conditioning, which is a godsend for this time for these conditions. So I'm just gonna stay inside. I really do want to try and do some more. The last few weekends have just been really lazy for me. I kind of wanted to do stuff, but I feel like this weekend I do not want to be outside for very much. So, although I need to meet up with my friend, because my friend bought stuff for me when he went to Japan. He was at Japan, I think, last month, and he bought some stuff for me. So, you know, thanks to him. But, you know, we're gonna meet up at some point. We gotta meet up for him to give me the stuff. I don't know if he got any Uma stuff. I told him to look out for Ines Fujin, but like that's probably kind of a moot point. I'm sure there's tons of Uma merch in Japan. It's more so they have Ines, which, I mean, if you really look, maybe, but I'm not gonna make the guy go through all that. So I think he just got some like Eurocamp stuff. So I'm still thankful. So, you know, maybe someday I'll be able to do that myself. I managed to get my first Yuji Uma in Global today. Nice. I am not really touched Trackblazer, because if you've watched my stream of that, you know that I do not like Trackblazer, and it does not bring good memories, and I'm only probably going to do a few more runs just to finish the event, but I'm not really going to be very... I'm only just going to kind of maybe play one run and then end it, just so I can get my dailies, because I don't like this scenario. It takes too long. There's all the item RNG. Seeing your Uma sad, it's just like, it just brings back bad memories from when I played it in this version. I want to see all the new characters' paddock animations. Same here. I feel like the paddock animations are really fun to watch. You know, some of them have really interesting ones. Like, I know some of my favorites are like, I mean, I have a few off the top of my head. I mean, Red Desire, the way she just drops on her knees is like, that's gotta be bad for her, but like, it's hilarious. Blast One Piece, I remember her being like, oh, like, here's my ear, here's my tail, I'm in Umamusume, and it's just like, it's just funny. And then there's the other ones that are like very like casual, like Oguri is just like, oh, hey, I'm here. It's like something like that. Anyway, I should probably just kind of, this is only the introductory stuff, okay. Which I'm not gonna read through. I did I did see that apparently, and I don't know, they didn't show the warning when I started this, so that's kind of interesting. Or maybe I skipped through it, but like, apparently there's stuff about the that 2011 earthquake, the huge one that affected Tohoku, I think. So, which makes sense because that was around the time that she raised. But it's kind of interesting that they gave a warning. It's like, warning, you will have scenes about this, so watch out for that. Which, fair, you know, that was a huge... You know what I just realized? Why did I bring... Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. You know what? I'm gonna redo that. I forgot I accidentally brought Casino Drive. Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on, that's not right. That's incorrect. Turns out I do need to change that up a little bit. That's fine. Look, you only spend 15 TP anyway, and I have like 100 of it, so that was not even that bad anyway. And we get 15 borrows too, so I'm not really hurting. So okay, I'll just copy this over then. Here, I guess. I don't mind Trackblazer too much. I mean, yeah, it's... I think people may have myself included, may have overreacted to like, oh, Trackblazer is the worst, you know, you're gonna suffer, blah, blah, blah. I just, you know, from my experience playing in the Japanese version, I didn't have a good time, and it definitely was a big part part of a lot of people leaving the game just because they didn't want to have to do like 1 hour runs just to try and get like a lot of like the competitive like characters and stuff. Because you know how many runs that you have to do to get like a character prepped for CM. It's not just 1 or 2. You have to do like a whole bunch just to get somebody that's decently good. So it's just kind of that mindset being like, I don't want to, you know. So how do I want to do this? I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, let's just throw in a rando. Let's just bring in the guts. I don't know. Again, where is she? She's all the way at the bottom. Stego. Okay, sure. Is that good? Let me make sure everything's good here. Okay, good. I really want Victoire Pisa. It's nice to have another Turf A Dirt A. Yeah, right. It's nice to have options, especially since it feels like there's not really. I mean, obviously, there's not as many Dirt Umas. Especially ones that have like the flexibility of also being Dirt and Turf. I think off the top, I mean, obviously there's like characters like Taiki Shuttle and Agnes Digital and Oguri Cap, but then there's like a lot of the kind of the specialty Dirt Umas. So like the Dirt Trios, all 2 of them, both of them, the Ricky, Tarumae, Acute, and Furioso Transcend and the Espo. Speaking of which, I recently ordered. Because they had that for sale, the Transcends, like the body bag or whatever you want to call it, the freaking fanny pack. I ordered that, and it just came yesterday, and so that's pretty fun. I don't know if I'm. Here's the thing, I don't know if I'm gonna use it because it is pretty small, and I already have kind of a bag, similar bag that I bought from Uniqlo. That's a lot better in my opinion because it has a lot more space for stuff, but. But it's nice. It's a nice collector's item, I guess, because it has like it includes the buttons that she also uses on the bag as well, and it has like a little keychain. So that was pretty nice. It's like I figure I might as well. I don't have that much Uma merch, honestly. Like wearable Uma merch, I should say. I have figures, but like I don't have any like shirts or anything. Like every time I go to like a fan meetup or something, I always feel like, man, you know, I don't have like anything to like show off my Uma, you know, fandom, I guess, in that sense. I figure, you know, might as well get something like that. Just be like, hey, you know, I'm in the know, sort of. But yeah, we'll see. Also want her due to ties to Oshi. Right, yeah, the Neo universe, the family relations there, very understandable. Honestly, I don't mind man for now, but seeing how fast I got bored of Unity Cup, I don't know how long that'll last. That's the thing, right? I feel like a lot of people who have been like kind of posting, been like, oh, people have been overreacting, it's not that bad, and it's only been like 2 weeks. It's like we'll see how everybody's opinion changes once, you know, it's gonna be like a few months in and everybody's like, oh man, like this is, you know, it's like having to go through it over and over and over again. And like I feel like the English version side of things is going to be a little bit more spared for that because of the accelerated schedule, so they don't have to spend as long with that scenario. So in a way, it's a little bit of a blessing that it's like, oh, you know, I can just kind of, instead of it being like 6 months, it's only like 4 months. It's like, wow, that's saves 2 months, which makes a huge difference apparently. I don't know if it really does, but oh right, I forgot there's the whole thing with the that is interesting. I forgot there's the whole thing with the, this. That's unfortunate. Hold on, did I? Oh, I was wondering why I wasn't getting the, wait. Yeah, okay, I should be like, main scenario, skip only. Okay, there we go. I was wondering why I wasn't getting, like, anything for, like, in terms of stories. That's my fault. I might have accidentally skipped a few there. Hopefully not. Oh, here we go. Here's something. Oh, she's got the the folded hands together, the same as Wonder Cute too. I've always thought it was kind of weird looking because it just looks like her fingers are like molded together. It's like it's always kind of bothered me a little bit. Also noticed that Victoire Pisa's distance aptitudes are the same as Neo Universe's. I didn't know that. Interesting. I feel like that might just kind of be a coincidence, honestly. It's just like won the same types of races that her father did, or his father, her father. But it's a fun coincidence either way. Look at all these modern-ish Umas. I say modern, but they're like early 2010s, 2011, whatever. Gonna be fun once we get the 4-month scenarios on the accelerated schedule. I have a feeling they'll stop the accelerated schedule at that point. I do wonder at what point they're gonna stop, because I don't know if they're gonna like fully catch up to JP to the point of where they're on the same timeline, because I feel like that's gonna be a little bit. I don't know though. Maybe they might just do that until they space it out like a year, so it's not as big of a gap. But I don't know. We'll see how far they dive into that at that point, because it will take a while. Although the accelerated schedule is kind of helping a little bit. But yeah, it's a 4-year gap. So it's gonna take a little bit before we kind of get to a point where it's not as far in advance. Okay, so let's see what her non-G1 animation looks like, or her winning animation or whatever. Oh, wait, that's interesting. Hold on. Is Rose? Oh, huh. Well, here's Rose Parade, or Rose Kingdom. Sorry, Rose Parade. that's a thing they do over here. That's interesting though, isn't it? Because I feel like this is the first time we've seen a non-NPC character in a debut race. Because usually with the debut races, it's always just all NPC characters. This is the first time that like a non-NPC is in here. Interesting. Yeah, we'll watch it. Actually, hold on. Yeah, okay, we should be able to win this. It's gonna be a while until I get the full V Sisters on global. Oh yeah, I feel bad for like some of the people who are asking about like characters who aren't even out on JP, and it's like when is what's a good example? When is Daring Tack coming on in global? And it's like, buddy, she's not even out in English or in the Japanese version. You're gonna have to wait a little bit, quite a little bit. Okay. Uh-oh, that's not good. I'll let this play out, actually. At the 4-month schedule, or at the 4-month scenarios makes sense because all the 4 scenarios are 4 months with the accelerated schedule anyway, so it's an easy way for people to get used to new banner distances. That's true, yeah. I just feel like I don't remember how that would have been. Cooking was the first one for that. I feel like maybe there was another one before that, but I don't know if they're gonna do it like that. Oh, here's this go animation. The power of bubbles, and now she's created a really big bubble. And some of the skill animations are kind of fun like that. UAF Ready was the first 4 months. Okay, so I did forget about. Yeah, it's the sports festival. Then there's the cooking, and then was it the Mecha one? No, the Mecha. Yeah, I think Mecha was supposed to technically be like the mid-long scenario, but it ended up being a little bit better than the other ones. But that one, it's all blended in my head as to like when those were. It's like, oh, that was years ago. No, Rose Kingdom, what are you doing? No, stop it, stop it. I'm gonna win. Yeah, there it goes. Goodbye. Oh, wait. No, we're good. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. That's way in the future, so I don't. I have to wait a while until we get to that point. And I keep saying this as to the whole thing of like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to continue playing this game, or at least the English version. Sorry, I should say. Until that point. Okay, well that's very angel-like. That's fitting. But like if I am, then yeah, we'll see how that goes. Alright, well with that, we won our debut race. Good job everybody. Okay, so she has Hopeful Stakes. Obviously she has 2 of the Triple Crown races. She doesn't race in the Kikkasho. Japan Cup, Arima Kinen, random G2 race, Nakayama Kinen, Japan Cup again, and then Anime Kinen again. Okay, yeah, very, very interesting. Makes sense, makes sense. So third Annie and having 2 years of accelerated schedule seems reasonable. 30 years. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. in my mind, though, I've always thought about like I've always thought it'd be kind of a little bit. It would be like, oh, like they do like it based on, because I feel like it's at the point they want to stop. I feel like they're gonna want to actually have like the the stuff to like the holiday events and all that stuff to actually be in the times that it should be. So I feel like they want to space it out to the point of where it's like like exact years between JP version and the English version. Whether that also lines up to what we're suggesting here, I don't know, but I feel like that would make a little bit more sense, because I've always felt it a little bit weird when it's like, oh, we have the like the Valentine's Day event, and it's like it's already past Valentine's Day, and it's just like something about that doesn't feel right. Or like there's other cases of examples of other games like a Bondori where it's like the like Christmas event is in like freaking June, or like it's like way away. It's like it just feels weird. That one. Ballroom is soon. I'm manifesting Shion and Vergina ballroom alts. I could see that. I could see it. I mean, there's a whole bunch of characters that still having not a whole bunch. At this point, there is only like a really limited amount of characters that don't have an alternate. And those two do not have alternates, so I could definitely see that. And then you can get like a little bit of the V-sister action. Okay, which one is this going to be? Place your bets now. 30, 50, or 70. I'm going to say this feels like a 30. Yep. Like, based on what I could read from the text there, it's like, that does not look good. Would have to stop accelerated schedule around 4th anniversary to line up events, even then it might be slightly off. Yeah, it's never going to fully match, but that would probably make sense then. Or they could go the crazy route and just get it all the way to the point of where they're matching with JP, which I feel like is the least likely to happen. But I just feel like that'd be kind of funny if they just do that. All the way to the point of where they're pretty much exactly lined up. I feel like that has like a very, very, very unlikely to happen. Just because of all the logistics and stuff. But imagine. That reminds me of when when the game was initially going to come out on the English in global, and I remember there was a little bit of a like maybe some people were kind of hopeful at like, oh, maybe they might do like just a patch instead of releasing the English version, but then people were like, oh, that's a horrible idea, because then you put English players like 4 years into a game that's like very whale heavy. It's just like very dependent on having a lot of support cards, and you're just going to throw them into the deep end. So I'm glad that wasn't the case, but like, a little bit of me kind of wishes it was like that, just so I can have like an English version of this with the current landscape in Japanese and have all the cards that I already have. A little bit of me that wishes it was like that. But I understand why they absolutely did not do that. There were so many reasons why they wouldn't. Also, stopping acceleration at 3rd anniversary would make anniversary events line up to the actual global release date. That's the other thing too. I do think it's kind of weird how we're celebrating 1st anniversary, and it hasn't been it hasn't been a year. It's only been like 9 months at this point, 8 or 9 months, because the game came out like late June, I think. So yeah, around that time. Give me your wisdom, Neo Universe. Give me your ideals. Once again, Stego lagging behind everybody else. Checks out. Okay. Been roughly 8.5 months. Yep, makes sense. Yeah, because like late. It was. I don't remember the exact date, but it was like late June. I remember that much. Why am I so slanty? These are the questions we ask ourselves. Okay. Ooh, spicy stat gain for the finale, at least. This scenario. Aruvu, you tsundere ice queen, we love you anyway. And by God, I'm burpy. And by we, I mean me. That brings up something I remember I was going to talk about, the Family Mart collab. I don't know if y'all have seen the art for that. Oh, some of the uniforms, the alternate kind of pairings with the uniforms. Oh, chef's kiss. Especially, and I'm biased because I've talked about it before. I love hoodies, but like Aruvu's The outfit with the hoodie. Oh, there's our girl failure right there. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love that outfit. But anyway, it's amazing what a simple hoodie can do. You did it. You didn't fail this time. Man, look at these gen mates all competing together. It's kind of interesting seeing an established character in Aishin Flash with with all the new characters. Just it's interesting, right? It just feels like, you know, we should have had this a long time ago, but now it's just like, oh, now that these characters are official, here we go. It's just like now she actually has her time in the spotlight rather than just being, you know, tagged along with Goroshi and Jordan. Because they have to slow down acceleration for events like anniversaries because free polls. It makes sense, yeah. You gotta give the players the free polls. That's how I was able to get. Well, actually, I got jack shit with the free polls, at least for the character side. For the support guard side, I did get an SSR, but it wasn't a good one. It was the which one was it? It was the Narita Brine one, I think. The one from the Fall Festival one. So that was not really. Actually, no. You know what? Today's polls. Today's poll for on the English side, the free support card poll, I got 3 SSRs. So that was actually really lucky. Considering my luck for between this game, like specifically the JP game and also Gakuma's, a new character came out and I spent a lot of gems and have not gotten it for either game, so my luck has been kind of seesawing between really good and really terrible, which is kind of really how these games work anyway, so. Alright, I'm just gonna kind of accelerate through these a little bit. Otherwise we'll be here forever. It'll be just like, man, we're just gonna be here for 1 hour plus. I hit 1 Ayabe and 1 top road so far. Yeah, so I got, what did I get for that poll? I got, actually, no, it's super lucky too, because I got the SR Ayabe, I got top road, I got Tazuna, and then I got, it's like a random winning ticket, so it wasn't really that great, in this, but like 3 SSRs in one poll is pretty damn amazing, so I was still pretty happy either way. I will not complain about an SSR card, unless it's the Shakur card, the Wit card specifically, because that Wit card is the most useless SSR in the game. It's a fan letter. Wow. Okay, let's raise the stakes. Let's raise the stakes with hopeful stakes. Okay, who does she have? Who is she competing against in this one? Oh yeah, this is a G1. We get to witness her G1 winning animation. Which air Shakur? The Wit one, not the stamina one. The stamina one is, of course, you know, it's the best stamina card. I'm just saying, English version early Wit air Shakur is pretty, I think, pretty known to be pretty terrible, and yeah, it's not good. Okay, let's, you know what? Let's change it up a little bit. She is a betweener, late surge, or whatever you want to call it. She is that, so we'll get to see some acceleration action in the end. It's not going to be like Ines, where she's just in the front all the time, which can be a little boring to watch. So we'll get that going. I see we got Tachyon over there. We have King Halo. We have Taishin. Oh, we have winning ticket too. That's interesting. The B and the N, or sorry, not the B. The N and the W, the B and Ws. I don't think Hayahide is here though. So unless I missed it, no, I don't see her big head. Nope. Yeah, let the front runners go front run it out. Looks like all the front runners are just the NPCs though. There's no like Ines or Bourbon. I mean, Air Shakur Wit does have like the slightest bit of applicability last scenario. Yeah, I guess, but I mean, compared to like, obviously compared to the other SSRs, I mean, it's not great. But yeah, I mean, that is true. Also, as a for a retweener slash late surger, she is very far in front. Oh, there's King Halo. And there's that caboose that that Digiton's talking about. Oh yeah, that's a good caboose. Only way to get straightaway spurt consistently on parent runs. Yeah, but that's like a very, very niche case, right? So it's like, I mean, yeah, it makes sense, you know, if you're going that way. But I feel like, you know, for general training, it's not really something you want to use. But I'm sure there's, you know, for the most part, most cards have some use, if anything. And here comes the finals corner. Goodbye, everybody. Pizza. Man, playing this career run is probably going to make me crave pizza after this. Just hearing her name. Let me get a slice of Victoire Pisa. I'll take one to go. I mean, yeah, that's why I said the slice bit of pickability. Yeah, but by that logic, every card has like slightly bit, and it's just like, you know, then you're just like, then it's just kind of like, you know. But now I get what you're saying. That's pretty similar to her non-G1 winning animation. I mean, there is a slight bit of difference, but okay. Not the most grandest one. It's not like a backflip or it's not like a grand's like front flips or whatever. Oh, look at them. Wow, they're like, oh my god, you won. That's amazing. Oh wow, that close up. They really, ever since Still in Love's character story, they really used the like close up zooms with the characters. I've noticed it in pretty much every scenario ever since that. Or like every character story. Which is fair, you know, flex the it's not even animation, it's just like slight changes in game design, I guess. Alright. I'm so used to playing the new scenario that doesn't have this, that it's like, what is this again? Okay. Okay, my question was answered. I was gonna ask, is our Guts Traveler good? No. But also, I'm not good. Fuck it. Yeah, okay. Okay, I should probably heal now. Especially since I don't really have that amazing of a... Oh, great, 30 again. I love that for me. I was looking at it, I think Twin Turbo is the oldest character without an alt. Yeah. Checks out. That would make sense. Not to mention she's a 1-star character. Yeah, that would make sense, right? Like, the Canopus, out of all the Canopus members, I mean, obviously Voice and Voice, but she just came out, so that's not really counted. But like, Sounds of Earth is already a 3-star character. Nature obviously has like 2 alts already. Tannhäuser has like her cheer alt. I think Ikuno has a... Did she have an alt? I think she does, yeah. I don't remember what exactly it was, but it was something. Oh yeah, and yeah, I forgot. Sounds of Earth also did get the alt, the Valentine's one. How could I forget that? The skill animation for that's hilarious. Just her doing the whole like shebang of all the dances, and then she just at the end pours out like a bag of candy. It's like, oh, there it is, I did it. It's just like, oh girl, you just all for show. Just worked out due to having 2 long CMs last scenario, so people skill farming it. Air Shakur was just the most consistent way of getting the skill in the run. Yeah, I mean, because straightaway spurt, there weren't really that many other options for it, especially because that's such a requirement for the end closers. But I don't know, maybe I'm just stuck up on my old ways of people in the JP side memeing about how terrible it was. Like, I'm sure it has its uses. Like, just like every character, every character, sure, every card maybe has a use. OOL, out of loop. That's OOTL, out of the loop. That reminds me of like OOO, good old office corporate speak, out of office. Which I've had to use that recently. Cause I scheduled some days off. Which actually, speaking of which, I was going to talk about that a little bit. I'll probably be more focused on the game, but I did I am going up to the Bay Area twice in the next few months because I'm gonna go to Fanime. So that'll be fun. Get to probably meet up with some people from college because I went to college in the Bay Area. For those of you who don't know, so maybe I'll get to meet up with a few people from there. And then also, in a few months after that, I'll be going to Off-Kai Expo, so good old VTuber fun stuff there, so... Which is funny, because it's like, I don't actually really watch that many VTubers, I just feel like it'll be an interesting, fun experience, and I figure, you know, I had vacation days, so why not, so... yeah, I'll be making the trip up a few times, but that'll be fun. And then also, I am going to Anime Expo as well, so... That'll be a bit easier for me in terms of travel and hotels and all that stuff, because I can just take a train or, like, you know, just worst case drive over there, but I don't even want to think about having to pay for parking and figure that out in that shit show of an area, especially during like an Anime Expo kind of time. Anyway, I will take the stats. To be fair, and JP during the scenario didn't give Spurt during his chain events during Unity. Yeah, so that's that. I think that's where kind of my thing lies. It's just like, it was just kind of like, it didn't have any use. Sure, in the English version it actually did, but I'm just kind of thinking in the JP mind frame, where it's just like, oh, it has no uses. And then it's usually the card that people meme about getting for, like, whenever like a selector ticket, like a random selector ticket comes, it's like, oh, yay, we get a free SSR. Oh, it's your core. And it's just like... That actually did happen to me. I remember getting a ticket, and then getting Shakur, and it's like, wow, great! I love getting this one out of all of my options. That's my favorite. I love Air Shakur. I have beef with that card because I spent 5 million on the SSR gacha and got her out of the 4 years worth of cards. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, it's just like. Man, out of all the options, out of all the better options, it's just like, man, I really want something that's useful, and then you get that, and it's just like, well, I guess I'm not going to be using this this ever. But I'm like we've mentioned, you know, that changed in the English side because, you know, stuff's changed, you know, stuff's different. It's not exactly the same as the JP version, which is a good thing, you know, that there's differences, so people just can't copy over what's happening on that side. It's actually not Twin Turbo, she gets beaten out by one banner. Oh, Shinko Windy, okay. Yeah, dude, if you ask me, like, what the, when each character came out, like, what order and stuff, I would not remember, because one, I have terrible memory for that, and two, it's all blur at this point. In terms of, like, when characters came out, what characters came out, when alts came out, all that stuff, it's all just, like, I know they came out, it's just, I don't know when, actually. Duramente also doesn't have an alt. That's true. That's... Yeah, we'll have to see. There's definitely... There's a handful of characters that don't have an alt. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how that goes. And if I'm correct, we should be able to see... Hey, Rose Kingdom. Man, that pretty good outfits. I also didn't notice she has like the kind of thorns here for her the decoration on her ear. It's a pretty interesting touch. It kind of harps on her, or not harps, it harkens back to her name, obviously. But I like those kinds of nice touches. I do find it, oh yeah, well obviously Aishi Flash, who actually has a kind of a fair shot of winning this, so let's see how this goes. Okay, never mind, I won anyway. 7 lengths. Never mind. Sounds of Earth got an alt before Twin Turbo, a fellow Canopus member, and Duramente, a fellow Season 3 character. Yep. Turns out faking it until you're making it actually works sometimes. Isn't that hilarious? Alright. Wait. Is rulership Victoire Pisa's roommate? Is that what we're seeing here based on what I'm seeing on the from the thing I just completely kind of skipped over there? Let me see. Random game start. I guess it's not confirmed yet, but we'll see. Makes sense. Okay. Stego's still, yeah, but that's not great. And also that's not good either. I'm just gonna heal. Okay, 50 or 70. This seems like a 70. It's a 50. Okay, she seemed pretty happy, but I guess she's not. She's generally positive characters, so checks out. Okay, I should be able to get this right. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Is this the? Why do I have a feeling this is the plus 10 or plus 30 energy event? Because it looks like they're in a cafe. Oh, how did I predict that? I've been playing this game for 5 years. I kind of have a general feeling sometimes. Okay, let's go. Speaking of which, I saw that I got my gems for how many days? It was like 1850 or whatever. I don't remember the exact number, but I got the mission there, and I got my gems. So, let's try that again. Any other characters? Oh, there we go. Here's our girl failure. Oh hell yeah. It's pretty simple, but I like it. Actually, hold on. I'm just like gonna say because that was very similar. Not very similar, but pretty similar. Right? It's just like, oh, raise hand, pose. This one, raise hand, pose. It's slightly different, but like you see the similarities. Anyway, let's try and win this one. Oh, she's not gonna win this. Maybe. Well, I'm gonna force her. If I knew that was the case, I would have loaded her up with skills and try and actually win this. She should be able to win that. Look at the double circles there. I'm just gonna use the ball of my clocks. Use the ball of my. I'm gonna waste all my money. Okay. Oh, you know what? That's probably why. Because 18 Flash is probably really overpowered. Oh, there's no chance. That's the scripted loss right there. That is not happening. Makes sense. I mean, she won the Nippon Derby. She is the winner of the Nippon Derby, so of course they're gonna try and make her lose that. Okay, well that's a mission I can try and do. I guess is try and make her win the Derby if I am interested in that. If this was a character I was more interested in, then maybe I might try that. But like I said, I'm not really that interested in Victoire Pisa. Not my most favorite of the new characters that have come out. And yet I spent 200 polls trying to get her. What did that say about me? I don't know. It says a lot, apparently. I've seen people say Sounds of Earth is Victoire Pisa's roommate. Is that? Maybe. If that's the case, I feel like we should have seen her a lot more, but I guess we'll see in the next few scenarios / stories. Oh yeah, well there you go. Maybe. That might be a sign. On rulership and Epiphania roommates? Okay. That makes... That's fine, okay. Rulership. She's trying to swoon with that prose. She's trying to... She's like kind of in that vein of characters that like tries to act all cool, but is actually just a complete failure, which is one of my, not my favorite, but like one of a favorite kind of trope of mine. It's why for Gaku and Automaster, my favorite character is Temari, because she's exactly like that. She's supposed to be like the representative of like the blue, I guess, because Automaster has like the whole thing of like main characters kind of filling in, like there's 3 kind of usually main characters, and then they usually fill in like a color of like red, blue, yellow, or whatever that means. And usually the blue characters are like the cool characters. So like you think of like, if you think way back in Automaster's day, like something like a Shibuya Rin, or like a Chihaya from like the original series, or like some, I don't know, the other like kind of spin-offs, but like kind of those ones. And Temari's supposed to be like that. She's supposed to be like, oh, I'm the cool, mysterious character, but it turns out she's actually just a big crybaby, and she actually just like is very girl failure. So very, very big fan of those kinds of characters. Alright, we'll go for the guts. And I thought the Menace Duramente in Chuval's story was scary. Oh, you wait until we get... I mean, I've seen stuff like that for, like, example, like Dansu Flame. Like, her story, you have the Monster Takio, and then you have the Monster Pocket, and then a little bit of Manhattan Cafe is supposed to be, but, like, I feel like I've beaten her a lot more than probably was kind of expected in a sense. Oh, that's a pretty crown. What the heck? Oh, that's cute. I like that. Aw. Also, I always appreciate when, you know, alternate hairstyles and all that, so you see that she doesn't have her, like, her menko, her ear cover or whatever. That's cute. I wonder if this is gonna be, like, a basis for, like, an alternate costume or something. Nah. That'd be kind of funny, though. You just introduce an alternate costume right off the bat. Let's see, though. Nah, that's it. Okay. That's cute, though. I like that. Okay. Anyway, back to the scenario at hand. Wow, look at all these characters. Look at the zoom-ins. Wow. That was story. That was story that I do not read yet. I cannot read yet. Or maybe I can read a little bit, but like, let's be honest, I'm not gonna get most of it anyway. I really gotta learn Japanese someday, man. That and Korean, you know. I mean, now that I don't know Korean, 좀 할 수 있는데 별로 못해서 좀 아쉬워서. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, I had it, obviously. Like, my first language was Korean, for gosh sakes, but like, I lost the ability to speak it, or to understand it. Well, understanding is honestly the easiest part. I think speaking it, reading it is a little bit harder, so that's a bad. I've been keeping a lookout. Have they shown any of the new characters' casual outfits yet? I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure, I mean, obviously Victoire Pisa is gonna have her outfit. They don't usually show, like, other characters' casual outfits, really. I don't know if they're gonna show any of the other ones, like the Rulership or Rose Kingdom. But maybe. 70, nice. Way to take full advantage of that. Is Stego good? Stego's good now. Okay, so now I can just kind of play it by ear. And these are all stupid, so I'm just gonna do a recreation. And maybe we can hope for a crane game for the first time in a while. Oh, here's the father-son relationship once again. You can definitely see the similarities for sure. Tien. What's her name? Is it just Pisa? I think it's just Pisa. I don't think I've seen them call her Victoire. I'd have to double check to make sure though, but it looked like they were calling her just Pisa. Unless it's like a Hayahide situation where it's like they go for the longer name for some reason. Let's see. Toran-san. The trick is to look out for the katakana, which is very easy when you have all the different characters here. What? Yep, Pisa. Okay, confirmed. Yep, her nickname's just Pisa. Makes sense. Checks out. Not that I think there isn't any. What is her crown? Is the crown name just Victoire, or is it Pisa? Or is there even a crown name? Because sometimes there isn't like a crown name. I'm just thinking because it's funny that, for example, Silence Suzuka. Technically, Suzuka is the crown name, so like she actually should be called Silence. Under the kind of the loose rules of Uma nicknames, but it doesn't work like that. And frankly, I don't think apparently there aren't that many other notable Suzukas, so maybe that's why they went with that. And Suzuka sounds a lot more of a name than like Silence. Like imagine them just calling her Silence. Not that that's really stopped anybody before with some of the other nicknames. Okay, Japan Cup. Who do we got here? Rose Kingdom, obviously. Nakayama finished. Now, here's the question. Which one of these are... Oh, Buena Vista. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. How bad is this? That's beatable. I mean, my stat line's not really that great, but, like, that's beatable. Oh, God. Okay, this isn't a Asian Flash situation. We should be able to beat her. There we go. Easy. Yeah, screw you. Is this one of the races that that Buena Vista wasn't able to win or something? I wonder. Actually, hold on. I'm curious now. Let me look up Victoire Pisa real quick. Victoire Pisa. Victoire Pizza. More like pizza. Yeah, Victoire Pisa. This is Japan Cup, yeah. Technically, Rose Kingdom won this one. Okay. Unless this is the other one in which Buena Vista won. I don't know. I mean, this is the classic year, so this would probably be this one, which is, yeah, Rose Kingdom sure won this one. Interesting. Did Buena Vista get second in that one? This is 2010 Japan Cup. 2010 Japan Cup got second. Oh, the start. Oh, right. This is the one where she finished first, but she got demoted. Due to interference with Rose Kingdom. Okay. I was gonna say, I remember there was stuff about how, like, Buena Vista, you know, even the races that she didn't get first, she, like, either, like, got demoted because of interference or, like, other random stuff. Really goes to show how freaking powerful she was. Really in contention for one of the best mares in history with Gentle Donna and the Eye of Almond. Can't imagine just calling her Grand. Grand. Also, I hate how El Condor Pasa's nickname is just El. I do think that's really funny though, especially for somebody who might know Spanish. It's just calling her the. It's just like, yeah, you know, the. It's like, because you use L for, like, you know, L something, law something, or whatever, so this is really weird. Anyway, we've made alternate history by winning this. Good job. Pasa's right there. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, that makes more sense. Pasa-san, Condor-san, just L, it's like, that's why I don't really like just saying L. I'd rather just say the full name, El Condor Pasa. Which is a bit of a mouthful, but I mean, I say Tannhäuser, I say Machikane Tannhäuser all the time, or like Tannhäuser, so, which Tannhäuser doesn't really that many characters anyway. Or like, I guess Fuku Kitaru, right? Because technically Fuku Kitaru is the nickname. I just think, I always thought that was interesting, that Fuku Kitaru is the nickname. That's still really long. Like, I know there's also people who call her Fuku, which isn't exactly a nickname. I think it's more, I know in the English game, they translated the way Tannhäuser calls her Fuku-chan senpai to just Fuku. So I guess people are just going to use that now. But I guess if I had to use something, it'd probably be Fuku-chan senpai, just because I think that's funny. Although Fuku-chan senpai, Fuku Kitaru, that's the exact same number of syllables. But for some reason, Fuku Kitaru, I guess because Fuku-chan senpai just rolls off the tongue a bit better. Fuku Kitaru is a little bit more of a mouthful to say with all the right, just like the wonders of language. Also, I did not check to see who was in that. Oh, there's rulership. Well, that's okay. She'll just sulk in her room a bit more. Right, yeah, because there was a thing about like Epiphanea having to like goad her into leaving her room after losing and stuff. Anyway, we did it. Oh, that's not good. I just saw Rose Kingdom in the hospital there. Love how they just call Special Week Spe. I love how that's just kind of been like the very obvious one, you know, just like, Spe. Imagine calling her weak or something, or like special. Was there ever a character that called her like special? I don't think there ever was. I think it was really just usually like Spe or like Special Week, when I think initially when Suzuka met her, I was like, oh yeah, Special Week-san or something like that. What is this? What is this? Ooh, special event. Oh, it's the New Year's. What am I doing? It's not a special event at all. This is a standard event. Okay. Hey, nice Mayo. These finally reach 8.88k SP on free-to-play. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I did reach... I finally reached US. I got a US1 Poke. So... It's not an S distance, so I'm still kind of a bit in on using it for CM, but it's a good start, especially since I don't have anything else, so... But I have been still trying to, you know, like... I think I've gotten a good grasp at this new scenario, because, like, I feel like most of my runs have been pretty good, like, kind of high UAs. Even my worst run, which I did pretty recently, was, like, it was really bad by all means, but it was still UA1, so, like, it's still, you know, I feel like we're at the point where it's definitely a lot better than the new scenario, or the old scenario for sure. So, thank goodness for that. Ooh, spicy. We will take that spicy meatball. I yearn how I yearn for a season 1 remake, but with more focus on other members of the Golden Generation. Maybe someday. Maybe there might be a spin-off and include Tsurumaru Tsuyoshi this time. Yeah, I know. the forgotten member, the forgotten sick member of the generation. I always feel kind of bad for her. I always feel kind of bad, but at the same time, I also just, like, kind of and this makes me feel like a bad person, but like one of her, I think it was one of her birthday lines with Rudolph and Teo, where it's like, you know, Rudolph is just like, oh, happy birthday, Sudamaru, or Tsuyoshi, and she's like so happy, she's like, oh, and then she like coughs, she's like too excited. And I'm just like, I feel bad, but at the same time, that's one of my favorite scenes, actually. But yeah, that makes me a bad person, you know, whatever then. Yes. Anyway, what do we got here? Oh, it's the Valentine's event. Yeah. Look at that, Ring-a-Link. I never noticed her skill name is called Ring-a-Link. Isn't that delightful? I don't know what that's supposed to, if that's even a reference to anything, but we take those here. You know, let's see this proof. Come on, Image. It's technically supposed to be pronounced Imager, right? But like I always pronounce it Imgur. Not loading for me, but that's weird. But I trust your word on that. Because I don't know why I wouldn't. Damn, let's go. I mean, not that I'm really going to be using this. Let's be honest. Even we're doing this in Ura Finals just because we want to see her story. Because otherwise, if I did this in the new scenario, there wouldn't be anything. Just kind of unfortunate. It's kind of funny, in both this version and the English version, we're in scenarios where we don't actually get their, like, kind of their intended story. We just get, like, an alternate story, which... kind of funny how that lined up. We love sick Umas. We do love our sick Umas. Tsuyoshi, KS Miracle, etc. Oh, Ardon, duh, Ardon. There's gotta be other ones. There's definitely other ones. I'm just off the top of my head, I don't remember them too well. We're seeing a lot of Rose Kingdom. Well, I guess because Rose Kingdom has the... Oh, what's happening here? Huh? What is this supposed to be in reference? Oh! Wait. Is this supposed to be in reference to, yeah, the earthquake. Yeah, because I did mention at the beginning of this that there was supposed to be a reference to earthquake, and so they apparently were supposed to give me a warning and being like, oh, like, hey, watch out, it's just gonna reference the earthquake. Are you okay with this? That's fine. I just want to see what's... Oh! What's this? Interesting. Is this an actual race, or what are we doing here? I just wanted to see what happened if I clicked it. I didn't think we'd actually get something here. Uh-huh. Oh, that's interesting, huh? What happens if we didn't do that and we just did like a training or something? That's interesting. Usable ace, to be honest. Oh, okay, here we go. Wow, okay, nice. Yeah. That's pretty good. Good old Sakura Laurel. Also, oh my goodness, all the stats here. Free 20 stats across the board, I guess. Yeah, apparently. Apparently that's just the thing that happens. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. I do find it kind of funny that they do, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it creates such a huge impact, so like, of course they're gonna reference it. Oh, here's our girl failure, probably moping after another loss again. Oh yeah, she's like, it's over. It's so Jover. It's so Jover. This is just game. This is something. Oh wow. 今回はなかなかやれザルラさんくん It's this event I saw on Twitter. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, here's the roommate right here. Yeah, this is one I actually kind of want to read through a little bit. This goddamn Unme no Koe. I swear, this freaking Fate. I'm not gonna lie, out of all the characters, I mean, I don't hate Epiphania, but out of all the characters, I feel like she's probably not my, like, she's probably lower on my list. I don't know, maybe she'll be more endearing to me when we get to her character, when we actually get trainer character, but like, it's very, very one-dimensional, for lack of a better term. So much so that I can read those characters, Unmei no Koe. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are characters like that I don't mind, like frickin' Gran with her Mile stuff, Calstone Light. I mean, Calstone Light's a great example of that. It's just like, she has her frickin' like, the speed, straight lines. I don't know, maybe I can get into it. I guess it's just the concept itself. You know, because it's like fate versus like the idea of fate. Oh, fate's driving me versus like, oh, the mile is driving me, or like, oh, the speed, straight lines are driving me. Like, I don't know, maybe those two are more tangible things. The other ones are not as. But maybe that's just me nitpicking into my psychology of why I don't like that compared to the other ones. I can low-key fill this. What do we got going here? Holy, okay. Yeah, look at all those S's. I'm hoping that now that I get I have a better sense of how to do this scenario, I can get some more S's, try and fill up my stadium team to actually, you know, do well rather than losing every race, and then actually having a good CM team. But we'll see about that. After this is over, I think I might move over to doing some CM prep. Not gonna lie, I think I might have a thing for the Air Group family. I like Kiseki and rulership. Meanwhile, over time, Duramente has been growing for me. Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? Because it's like, I don't know, it feels like a lot. I mean, I think a good example is like the gold Stego clan, right? You know, you have all the freaking, all the zany personalities of the Stego clan between Stay Gold and Gold Ship, and obviously Nakayama, obviously Gold Ship, but like Nakayama Festa, Orphe, Dream Journey, and then you have like Fenomeno, which is like kind of the unfortunate soul, the normal one of the group who has to control all of her siblings, and the runaway dad and stuff. But there are similarities there for sure. Kind of interesting. What is this event, by the way? Oh right, this is just all the one big event, which led to that. This is all stemmed from the start of the rulership thing, but we will take it, I guess. I have 4 US5 natures. Ooh, nice. US5. I did see somebody get a LG1 or whatever with Oguri, which I thought was pretty interesting, considering most of the time when you get like the really high ranks, it's usually like a Mayano or somebody who can be a bit more easier to farm, so that was kind of interesting. I did see the stats though. Honestly, the stats seem pretty attainable if I have to be complete. It's more so like you need to get speed up to, I think it was what, 2280 something or whatever, so you definitely need to get that up through the inheritances and stuff, but like the other stats, like they were maxed out, sure, but like except for guts obviously. But it did honestly, maybe I'm just maybe I'm overestimating myself, but like it seemed doable. Like I feel like I could do it. You just have to have really good RNG for everything to kind of line up in terms of your non-dreams training and stuff, and obviously have a lot of good skills as well. Skills are also, you know, the big differentiator between the ratings for those. I saw that. Yeah, I mean, it has I saw it. It's been making its rounds, so checks out. Means the Air Group's family Christmas event with Kiseki and Duramente ult, and that's when rulership will come out. Calling it right now. Hey, you know, save that comment, and we'll see a few months down from now and see if that's the case, because that would be kind of fun, interesting. I'm gonna try and raise up the stamina a little bit. I don't know what I'm really building her for, but like I said, this is just kind of to see her story. I'm not really trying to get this to be an amazing character. I'll probably do that off stream, just build like a feasible one for like my teen trials team, and then stick her in there, and then get her aptitude, her bond up that way, just so I can unlock all her stories, get her to level 6, and then just kind of and then go from there. Like I do with all the other characters who I'm like on. 8.9 SP is really possible with Shakur Stand, but not gonna lie, it's like 1 in 30 runs that'll happen. Yeah, I mean, based on my, like, limited experience, like, even my best runs, I feel like have only been, like, 8.1, 8.2k, but that also is because I don't really prioritize the SP gains. I feel like I'm just more trying to get, like, better stats, which I don't know if that's the best thing in the world, but I figure with the skills that I usually bring anyway, it's just, and I'm sure, you know, with the newer cars, obviously, usually bringing 2 gold skills at a time, you know, you definitely need a lot more SP, but it feels like usually I don't really run out of SP for what I need. But no, you definitely want to max that out as much as possible so you can get all the stats that you can get for those types of runs. Do I risk it? I sure do. Nice. Okay. But okay. That one. Okay, great. We're only 1 level away from getting the ultimate meek. Yep. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's get that Forever Young in there. Is this Ura finale? It is. I'm just doing the simplest one just so I can get an idea of what her story is like. Right before... Wait, they said something about the Arimakine, but we're about to enter a Japan Cup, so... I don't know. Yes. Oh, in the shady neighborhoods. The shady neighborhoods of the downtown. I'm gonna heal. Okay. Great. At the end of this run, if you have the walk shoe, can you take Pisa out? I want to see your casual outfit. Yeah, sure. I mean, I think I have her casual outfit unlocked too, so we don't even have to do a walk shoe. We can just actually look at her outfit. Look at her McDonald's ass outfit. Or Pisa. Oh right, I don't know. Sorry, I thought you meant Pasa for a second. Alcondra Pasa. I need to go sleep early today, dude. I've not been getting that much sleep recently. I know it hasn't been showing because I haven't been that tired. I think it's because of the boba. The boba definitely helped, but I'm starting to crash down a little bit. But yeah, no, we can definitely do the Pisa because I am also interested in seeing her outfit. God, my reading comprehension skills are so great. I read so good. I am good reading. That was the case in school too. I feel like during school, like kind of like standardized tests and stuff, I feel like the reading portions were always my worst parts, just because like I'm not really that great at critical read. Like I have to like really focus and make sure I'm reading, because like sometimes I just like kind of miss stuff. But luckily we don't have to worry about that anymore. It's been years since that was something I'd even think about. But I still get the dreams. Oh wait, did we just miss the casual fit? Ah shit. I think we just passed through it, so maybe I shouldn't be skipping through all this. But we'll take a closer look at it once we actually get something going. Also, ooh, we got ass. Yes. I didn't even notice that. We got the S aptitude in the I didn't notice we got the S aptitude in the strategy. I didn't notice we got it for the distance. Got a nice ass going. Who is in this competitive thing? We got Orphe. We got Girl Failure. Yeah, there she is. With her thigh-high boots. Dude, the Zettai Ryoiki on this outfit is beautiful. Love it. You're not anybody. We got Jordan, we got Brian, of course we got Rose Kingdom, who unfortunately is not as good as some of the other ones. But that's okay. We still love her anyway. I love all the board game pieces on her outfit. I do love the kind of little touches there as well. I love all the touches on all the outfits, you know? They really do a really good job of designing all of them. Okay, what is this? But what is this? This is a confession scene or something? Freaking answered words, whatever. Your answer. Wow, look at that rain animation. What is this like a secret event or something? Also, this is her casual outfit. I don't know why I'm just like, okay, here you go, here's her casual outfit. which is... it fits. It fits well. There we go. I love how I just completely... I didn't realize that until, like, just at the end. It's like, oh wait, this is her casual outfit. I guess it's because it looks, honestly, pretty similar to her racing outfit. If I have to be... well, I guess it's the whites, right? I mean, she is, like, the angel character, so of course she has to have, like, a lot of the whites, you know? The whites in her outfit. Gotta be pure and all that. She has the hat, too. Which I thought it was funny when she got... announced during that Paco live stream, how the VA had like the hat, so I guess everybody was thinking, oh, like she's gonna have the hat throughout her, like she's gonna keep wearing it, but she only wears it with her racing outfit, and then every time else she just doesn't wear it. That's kind of interesting how they portrayed her there. It's like, why don't they just portray her like this, you know, just have like the Menko and then the kind of this thing here and the ribbons, all of that. Let's just yeah, it's already, oh my god, it's already been an hour. It's already almost been an hour and a half. Damn, time flies when you're going through initial story. Just kind of, even just skipping through it, it takes a while to go through all this. Looks like Saber, very cute outfit. Yeah, I like it. Honestly though, and you could probably tell, I think my favorite part of what was like that one summer training when she was wearing the flower crown. I don't know why I really like that, but that really just hit for me. It was like, oh, that's really cute. I like that. I wish I could see that more. I thought she was a V-sister when I first saw her VA wearing that hat. Low-key, same. I kind of thought that too, because I was like, this looks very, very similar to like the hat that Vivelos and the Chuval wear, and I'm just like, is there another sister that I'm not aware of? I mean, I know there was that I don't know who drew it, but there was a comic meme that I've been seeing around where it's like, I think it's like Vivlos is like, oh, imagine if you had like more sisters, who would be like who would kind of, I guess, like what order they would be, and it was like, oh, Gentle Donna would be like the oldest sister, and then it'd be Virginia, and then like Vivelos and the rulership would be like kind of, because they're similar, and then it would be me, and then it would be Wind Variation, and then Shion's just like, why am I the youngest sister? I saw that one, I had to save it. Yeah, that was a good one. I found that really funny. I do love how Shion has become like a honorary V sister, and then obviously like Gentle Donna, there's been like, I've seen comics of like, you know, the NT, for lack of a better term, like the NTR of her taking over Virginia, as if she didn't take enough already from Virginia. It's like, yeah, we'll just take your sisters too. It's like, yeah, take everything. You took away everything from me. It's like, I don't even know you. Good old one-sided rivalries. But yeah, and then obviously with rulership looking so like evil Cheval, all the memes there. Like we have all the Infinity Stones. The new V-Sister clan. Alright, I'm just gonna go through this real quick, and we'll just, Alright, well, look at that. I don't have enough. I definitely don't have enough, but that's okay. Like I said, this is just the for funsies run for the story. Just wanted to see. I'll have to say, overall, I have the exact same opinion of her as when I started. Which, I don't know if that's really a good or bad thing. Wow, that's a long time. It's been a while since I've seen like a rating like that, SS+. But, like, I don't hate her. I don't love her. I put her like oh, that was a high score actually for the Ura finals. But really, because I don't really use it other than fan runs. But yeah, I put her strictly kind of right in that kind of, I guess barely above average, but kind of in that, which is funny because right before this stream, I was working on a tier list for all the characters. I was actually pulling in all the images and putting in like a Google Docs spreadsheet, which actually, hold on, I still have that open, so I can show y'all what I've been doing with progress for that. As long as I don't have any like revealing, I don't think I have any revealing information. Let me check to make sure I'm not like doxing myself or something. Yeah, we should be good. Okay, I think so. Well, that should be fine, but nah, but this is what I was working on before the stream, was like pulling in all the kind of character images here and then just kind of getting this. The only thing you can kind of see, some of the newer characters don't have like kind of this this zoomed in version of them. So I've actually been going into Photoshop and kind of doing it myself. because like rulership actually didn't have one. Where is she? She's down here. So I did that one. So I still gotta do it for these characters. I'm surprised Samson Big doesn't. Well, actually, I'm not surprised. Let's be honest. Samson Big is been kind of the mean forgotten one. But yeah, we have some of the obviously new characters here. You know, Epiphania. I don't know if you can see that because that screen like that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Zoom in a lot more actually. But yeah, I mean, you have like Epiphania, you have Logo Type, you have Cheetos. Oh, I'm a little surprised, but not really, because she just recently came out. I do find it funny that, and then Rose Kingdom. But there's also other characters here that's just like Forever Young already has one like this. So does Marshall Lorraine. I just think it's because, I mean, that makes sense for where the hell is she? Here. It's because these two characters are in the new scenario in terms of the scenario link characters. So I guess that makes sense that these two already have that. There was another character that I saw that I was surprised already has the zoomed in stand, and Red Desire too is also kind of like that. But yeah, that's what I was originally working on. And actually, hold on, if I go into, is this going to open? This might open my. This might open. Let me go my just chatting real quick, just make sure I don't dox myself, because I have a image, or I have this one. I actually already have a tier list. So you can see I divided it up into, like, you know, my favorite characters like Amazing, and then like I kind of have like subcategories, so it's like Amazing / great, 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 good, 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 average, average, meh. So I've done the work already here. My thing now is I want to divide, you know, like go into each of these rankings, individually compare them one by one, and then have like a 1 to however, like 130, 140, whatever characters, ranked list. And like I said before, these top 4 I think have already been solidified, but now it's just kind of down to the rest of the characters here. So maybe I might do a stream of that. Something maybe I might do. I don't know. I was thinking maybe I might maybe do a stream. That might be something. But also I just want to do this on my own off stream sort of thing. So, but just a little bit of insight into what I've been doing there. Shion being the youngest is hilarious because she's the oldest. It's funny too because Virginia, Vivlos, and Gentle Donna all share the same sire, while Cheval and Shion all share the same sire. Yeah, there we go. See, there's some connections there. Other than that, but yeah, okay. So with that, did I accidentally pressed do it again? That's fine. Okay. Hello. Okay. Hey, more character stories. There we go. Wee. Actually did a sword too, if you want to check it out. Yeah, I'm always interested to see who everybody's opinions on characters. The reason why I didn't do a sorter is because I feel like the sorter takes a lot out on you, because you have to do hundreds of comparisons, and by the end of it I just feel like sometimes like my not metrics, but my the way I rate characters changes, and so like my list is kind of inconsistent in that sense. So I'm like, that's why I'm opting to do like the rate them in tier list and then rate them within the tier list to make it a little bit easier. It's just kind of a little bit of an easy. It's kind of the same idea, right? Compare them one by one, but it's just like not have it be like a not have it be. Oh my god, they have awards for LF24. I don't think anybody's gonna get that anytime soon. Yeah, here, this is what I was talking about before. I have logged in for 1,850 days. Which I think if you math that out, I have logged in. I don't think I've missed a single login day, so this goes to proof that I have been playing this game since day one. Yada creature. Yeah, let's just listen to the Yada creature while we look at what we got here. Juval, Kita-san Black, Teo, Virginia, Vivlos, Rulership, Gentle, Donna, the Queen, Laurel, Wind Variation, Almond, I believe, Digital, Kapana, Ricky, Marshall, pretty good list. Pretty good list. I agree with some of it. I mean, obviously we're not going to completely share opinions. I'm not the hugest fan of Gentle Donna, so I probably rank her a lot lower, but honestly, these characters, I mean, Believe's also, I also am a big fan of Believe. Nature's obviously one of my favorite characters. Dansu's up there, so that's good. Now, where did you rank Ines? I'm kidding, no, I'm just kidding, it's probably not that high. Yeah, 99, that's fair, I don't mind that. Seeking the Pearls last. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Seeking the Pearls kind of, yeah, whatever. Voice and voice. Oh, okay, door's pretty low. That's unfortunate. That's fair. That's fine. All good. All good. Yeah, it's always kind of fun looking at people's opinions. I say that, but then, you know, if anybody like posts like a tier list on like the subreddit or something, I'm always just like, I don't care about your opinion, shut up. But like, I don't know, maybe if it's like somebody that I know, like kind of more closely. If it's a random's opinion, then I'm like, I don't care about this. But if it's somebody that like, you know, obviously you've been in my streams a lot, you know, I talk to you, and you know, general kind of stuff, and so, you know, that's a little bit different in that sense. I am a little bit curious. I mean, I know we only got her to level 2, I think, so I don't think we'll get much in the way of character information, but let's see what she has in terms of favorites and stuff. Whenever this loads in the next few minutes or so. She is 161 centimeters. Of course, weight is never listed. I don't know what that... those are some complicated-ass characters. I guess, you know, what I could do is I can do one of, no, not you. I can use good old no, not you. What the frick? No. Stop it. Stop it. Google, stop. No, wrong. Incorrect. I was gonna say, no. I'm gonna say one of the uses of AI that I actually really think is a good application is like translations and stuff. And so I was gonna use that until my thing decided not to accept that, not to do that. So let me go back and do that again. I did notice katakana, so I guess I'll just no, not you. Hold on, I gotta actually. No, not you. Well, I guess you'll saw. And whatever. Come on. There we go. Okay. Slight increase on the body weight. That's unfortunate. She's good at trumpet, dividing sweets equally. Not good at solving puzzle rings. Today we learned. I mean, the trumpet part I can already kind of, I mean, that's in katakana, no shit. Okashi no... Oh, yeah, there we go. Yep, makes sense. Good stuff. Okay. Well, that was Victoire Pisa. Overall, pretty alright. Would not say she's a favorite, by any means, but not a non-favorite. So with that, I'm gonna move on to the next part of our time, which is the CM prep. Because as I mentioned before, I have done a little bit, but not too much. I've been a bit busy, so I've been playing this game as much as I wanted to. I did get this Poke, which is honestly pretty good. My only regret is that she didn't get the S distance, which is required these days for CMs. So I'm a little bit iffy on that. I might redo that, but honestly, for the fact that I don't have any other characters ready for this CM, I'm gonna probably say that's good enough, and then move on to other characters, which I think, if I remember correctly, I had contenders for this, the Island Gold City here, the Wind Variation, which I think I got rid of, so I don't have her anymore, Wind Variation, and Almond Eye. I'm kind of leaning towards not bringing Almond Eye. I'm kind of more leaning towards her because she is kind of more meta than some of the other characters that I like. The thing for this CM, you know, all the meta characters are characters I'm not really a huge fan of, so like Chronogenesis, Gentle Donna, Orphe. Poke is honestly kind of one of the decently meta ones, so of course I'm going to be bringing her. And then, actually, now that I think about it, I haven't taken a look. The list might have been updated at some point. Let me go to good old Connie game and see if there's been any updates on the CM lists, the tier lists. Oh, there actually has been. So Love's Only You is actually now in the SS tier. Actually, here, let me just bring this up so y'all can actually see this, rather than just me talking about it. Visual keys are key. As a visual learner myself, I do love my visuals. So yeah, you see Almond Eye, Love's Only You, Orphe as the SS, Chronogenesis, Gentle Donna obviously are kind of the you know, the good tiers here. We have Stego, we have Pandora, Fusaichi Pandora. Oh, you know what it is? This is the new, I just realized, this is the new alternate Love's Only You, so that makes sense. I was like wondering why she suddenly shot up all of a sudden. I did not realize she was that good. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. She's a new character, so yeah, of course. But yeah, I did not get her, because I didn't really try pulling for her. But yeah, the new Love's Only You, Breeders' Cup edition. But yeah, there's still the OG, and then there's Poke, and then there's the Crown, and then you have a whole lot of other characters and debuffers, which I don't really think debuffers are honestly gonna be. I mean, based on what I've been seeing in the requirements, it doesn't really seem like people are gonna struggle with the stamina. I guess it's more so because of the Zenkai Spurt mechanic. But I feel like people will still have enough stamina for that to be fine, so I don't really see the point of bringing a debuffer, even if I do want to bring in a nature who, I like. Um, so, I mean, out of this list, I mean, characters I like, right? I mean, a Stego maybe. Maybe I could bring Stego, actually. Stego might be kind of fun to bring. And if she sings Miss Victoria, that'd be kind of funny to listen to. So like a Stego, Poke. I don't really want to bring 3 characters with the exact same strategy, though. That does seem kind of iffy. But then otherwise, I mean, Nail Universe, who... Oh, that's Pace Slate, okay. And then New Sounds of Earth, Christmas Ogre Cap. Man, Christmas Ogre Cap. Still kind of viable. And then yeah, Shion. I'll still, you know what? Let's start training Stego. I do like Stego. I think it'd be kind of funny. I won't be able to use your Guts card, but you know what? That doesn't matter because I'm not bringing Guts anyway, so I don't know why I even thought, I don't know why I mentioned that in the first place. But let's do that, I guess. Okay. I think for sorters also it's hard for me to rank them in order because honestly I like them all the same. That's the other thing too, is like the sorters, it takes a long time for me because it's like I really have to it's the minutia between like, oh, this character versus like it really feels like the difference is minute and like I don't really have a preference between 2 characters and it makes it really hard sometimes. So like I feel like the tier list helps a little bit because then it's like, okay, now that they're all in the same tier, we kind of have that expectation. So maybe tier lists are a little bit better in that sense. But I figure, it'd be kind of, I don't know if, maybe ranking it up to like top 10 or top 20 would be kind of useful, but ranking all 100 and whatever is kind of a little bit of a moot point, because then it's like, oh, what's your 73rd favorite Uma? Oh, I'm just naming it off the top of my head, but it's like, I don't, how useful is that actually really? Oh shoot, you know what? If I do bring Stego, I would need to use a different parent because I'm bringing a Stego parent right now for CM stuff. So, shoot, I have to do research into that. Okay. For CM, I'm going Shuval, Vergina, and Gentle Donna Vivlo substitute. Makes sense. The only reason why I'm not bringing Ines on my part is because front runners don't seem like a good strategy at all, and I don't want to it myself into, bringing a front runner and helping my team, helping my opponents. Because if you bring a subpar front runner, it's not going to be helpful at all. It's actually going to be detrimental more than anything. So I'm not gonna curse myself for that. Unfortunately, as much as I love Ines, I know my limits sometimes. So it's a balance between like waifu and meta, right? Like, don't go full waifu. I mean, go full waifu, absolutely. But like, I realize that I'm not that good to be able to go full waifu and bring 3 of my favorite characters no matter what and still be able to win, so I'd rather have some shot of winning with some of the characters. I'd bring I, but I don't have another speed card other than MLB I, which is absolutely fair, right? It's kind of hard to train her if you don't have other alternatives to just her. Although I will say that Almond Eye doesn't really seem as important nowadays with the Air Groove speed card and the I guess Teo speed card for pacers, but like, and Almond Eye is a pace chaser, so it's like that kind of works. But yeah, that it feels like I use the Air Groove card more than the Almond Eye card nowadays. Let me just do this one. Yes, I know you can't bring. Okay, I don't have Teo or Air Groove, which is fair. Yeah, it's like that's the other thing too. Is like if you don't have either of those characters, then you're unfortunately not going to work in that sense. My only other speed card is Admire Groove. I mean, Autovu is good for a very specific situation, which actually kind of does work a little bit here. For betweeners / late sagers is actually kind of useful, which is why I've been using her for. Because if I just choose any random one here, if you look at my deck, like I have Autovu that I'm using, so, or not this one, the actual deck I'm using, which is this one. I have Autovu because it's like she actually has some good skills there. But if you're building like an eye, it doesn't really work. So she's not as useful, but she's still kind of useful. Anyway, I'm stalling because I need to go into my website real quick and check to see what other recommended parents' skills are to bring other than Stego for the betweeners. And I wish this didn't zoom out automatically or zoom in, so I can actually scroll into what I'm seeing here. Where am I now? I am at the Pace Chasers. Scroll down. Okay. Oh, that's a big list. Okay. We got Poke, we got Neo Universe, we've got Satono Crown swimsuit version. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know how many of these I actually have as turns of parents. Poke, I should have some good Poke parents, so maybe I can use that. Let me see. Who we got for Poke-kun? Jungle Bucket. See, I have this one right here on the top, so... And I think this would be good too, because it does have Stego as a parent, and Neo Universe, so that's actually kind of funny. Yeah, we'll do that one, sure, why not? Yeah, and then we have... Although I am a little bit iffy about the fact that... Wait. Is this a parent I'm bringing, or... It is a parent I'm bringing. Hold on. Then in that case, I should see if anybody else has a better Neo parent. Good old Universe, that's her nickname. I rag on people who call them by the wrong nickname, and then meanwhile I do the same thing. Let's see, are you good? Medium, mile, dirt. What? No, wrong. What about you? You don't have aptitude, but you do have medium. I don't like your 2-star aptitude there, and frankly the other ones are kind of iffy, so I'll just pass on that option. What about you? Are you good? Medium? Dirt? What the heck is going on here? That's not useful. It's probably for like a dirt competition from before. Okay, so that's out of the question. Maybe I might bring... Does anybody have a good Poke-kun? Then maybe that might be another option. Gonna ask is... I know this one's actually pretty decent sometimes. The TM Opera O. Guess we'll bring a TM Opera O. The funny thing is that song appears a lot whenever TM Opera O shows up. Like the background music from that song from that one Umamusume episode, which is always stuck in my head whenever that shows up. I like this one. We'll go with this one. Okay. And I'll save the... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me bring back... Where is the Neo Universe? Where are you? Where did you go? Where actually are you? You know what? Save time. I'm just gonna do this. Do that again. And then... Wait, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay, I was like, did that load in correctly? It did. Oh god, which one was it? Was it this one? I think it was. Was it this? It was not this one. Was it this one? I think it was. Yes, it was. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay, that only took 20 years out of my life. And that should be good otherwise. So let's get this party started. Alright, good stuff. Move this back, move this over here, move that over there, move this here, go there, and then we're good. Okay. Well, I got unlucky, very unlucky on both the banners. Only got one copy of the scenario card. No Teo, and the New Year's banner didn't get a single copy of Air Group or Fine Motion. Yeah, that sucked. I mean, at least they gave free pulls during that time, but you know, free pulls can only do so much if your luck is terrible. Which I can say I got super lucky getting the copies of the Air Group card when I did, because people were talking about how that card is like useful, but it's not like required. And it's funny now with the new scenario, it's pretty much a required card. You know, hindsight's 20/20 and all that, but we'll get into that later. Okay. Okay, now here. Ooh, yeah, okay. think my focus usually for this is to usually try and get... I mean, obviously get like a character up to friendship training before I use up my dreams trainings, so I can take advantage of that. And it usually ends up being Forever Young, for obvious reasons. We'll try and get her up to friendship fun times. But I do need to eventually get to Casino. I was about to say Casino Royale. Casino Dream. I don't know why I call it Casino Royale. That's a thing, right? Is that a thing? I don't know. But that's my nickname for her apparently. I just realized I should have asked you to watch the concerts. Oh, that's right. We should have. Wasted opportunity. Oh well. Maybe I might do a... no, that's not gonna work, because if I do a run with her in this scenario, it's not guaranteed that we're gonna see her in the races. Maybe we might see her in some of the races that we... Well, I highly doubt it. I don't know if she's an NPC character, so I don't know if we'll be able to see her in these scenario runs. Also, I need to start... Sure. I'm really pushing all my chips in on this on the Yonko. Where is he? Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, maybe she might show up in some of these raids. I don't think so, though. I don't know if she is in that pool yet. We'll just have to see. Okay, that should get us to Friendship Rainbow Fun Times. 5 energy. I don't remember what the event this is. I really only done like 2 or 3 Stego runs, if any. This will also be good because, I mean, Stego is apparently a good parent, so that could be good parent building. I mean, you just saw the Poke-kun I just built. That was might actually end up being a pretty decent parent at the end. What are you? You are stamina. Stamina. Thank you. Okay, now I need to probably... Let's do a Dreams. The characters not named Yonko here are not looking too great. Speaking of which, we have Martial Rain here. That's pretty nice. Let's get that. And then... Ooh. Why is my ooh not working? There we go. Ooh! My ooh wasn't working there for a second there. Ooh. That's pretty good. And I can use my last turn to do another Dreams. Dreams. I should still have enough energy. I really wish I could do that, actually. But I guess I'll just do that. Okay, there we go. Ooh-yeah. Oh, thank you for the date event. Perfect timing for that. Actually, I wish that came. I wish that came a turn earlier. But I guess I'll take it. There was a run I think I did yesterday where she didn't show up until late into my junior year, which was really frustrating. At least it's not like the Unity Cup in the English version where like Rico doesn't show up until like senior year or whatever. That's terrible. Okay. So we got that going. I think we should get 13 points. Oh, that's not the button I meant to press. I meant to press that and then press this. Fast skip. We should get 13 DP, I think, the Dreams points. Otherwise known as DP. I'm not going to say what the other DP acronym is. Acronym? That's not the right word. Abbreviation. But we'll just leave that up to the imagination. Alright. Give me power. Thank you. Give me stamina. Thank you. Once again, the Nepo child Yanko. Yonko. Yanko just sounds so wrong in so many ways. Yonko is once again benefiting with everything here. I think I'm gonna have to gotta get the others to catch up to Yonko's level. Speaking of Yonko. There we go. I had 2 runs where her date event appeared literally first turn. Damn. I mean, she does show up pretty quick sometimes, but... And I feel like literally first turn doesn't really actually really benefit that much, but that's still, I mean, I'll take it earlier rather than later for sure, you know. Alright, we're just doing wit training, that's cool. We'll take that. Give me your hints, thank you. Okay, yeah, we'll do one of those. Get that universe up. Give me your stamina skill. As long as I reach 1600 stamina, I should be good. From what I've seen. This is a good dreams time. I don't think I have I don't I don't have either of my speed cards up. Wow, that's actually, what are the odds of that? That's unfortunate. I mean, I guess I'll go for the stamina. I feel like stamina is usually the one I always have to catch up on. I'll take that. Okay. You know what? I should be just eating up the energy so I have an excuse to actually do the date events. Because otherwise I don't really feel like it's a good... I feel like it's kind of wasted energy if I do it like right now where I have like this amount of energy. I guess I'll do a training here. Well, I guess I'll, you know what? Screw that. I guess I'll just keep doing wit trainings and getting that up. Yonko once again ahead of the pack and everybody. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay. Skill. What'd you get from the SSR ticket they gave for 25 million downloads? I got some Marvelous Sunday. What did I get? It wasn't anything useful, otherwise I would have been like, oh, that's amazing. I don't even remember. I guess I can go back and check. I think it was a new card. Alright, this is gonna bother me too. I'm gonna go back and check for myself. I think you can sort it by when you got them, I think? Hold on. That's not the right one. This is the right one. Yeah, when you got it. No, not name. Was it a copy of another card? Did I use it? I think I did use it. I don't remember. I legitimately don't remember. I did get this Martial Rain card for what it's worth, but I don't think that was what it was. Why is it not? Okay, hold on. Summon. I don't think Summon History would show because it disappeared from Summon. So, unless, yeah, because Gacha History just shows. Yeah, we don't want. I don't want to see that again. How's that? Oh wait, yeah, here it is. Is that what I got? The Equinodictus? Why do I not remember that? Okay, well, it was a Equinodictus. Was it a new one? Apparently not. I don't recognize which one that one was. Equinodictus, where are you? Equitus. I think I passed her. It was this one. Yeah. Oh, now I remember. Now I remember. It was this Equitus. You know, whatever. Okay. It suddenly remembered from my memory. There we go. It shows the video. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Checks out. Let's see. You know what? Screw it. Let's just do it. Also, because I need to start getting some of those in play. Okay, wow, this is terrible. I do this? Sure. Gosh, look how short she is compared to everyone else. Okay, that means, yeah, okay, now we should get the fat SP bonus right there. Yeah, that's what we want to see. We don't need energy. I want carrots, not SSR tickets when the SSR pool huge now. Yeah, no, I agree. I also would rather just gotten the carrots so I can contribute to anything I want rather than just getting a random SSR. But I guess you know what? I'm not complaining about free stuff. I guess I am, but you know, free stuff is free stuff. We'll take it. But if you're gonna give us free stuff, you know, give us carrots, gems, carrot gems. Those would be much more preferred. Ah. Speaking of short, Still in Love looks so short compared to Admire Groove in the Family Mart art. I mean, Aruvu is relatively tall and like, it doesn't help that she has the really long ears. But yeah, I think like because Still is like decently, she's like average-ish, I think. I don't remember the exact heights, but like yeah, no, those two in comparison, I think Aruvu is much more taller. Also, I already said my piece about the Aruvu hoodie. Beautiful. Honestly, low-key tempted to, because I know they're definitely selling merch of that stuff, so I'm kind of tempted to get like an acrylic or something of that, because that is very, I like it. I guess Yonko will just have to keep on being better than everyone else, just like in real life. Okay, sure. Feels weird seeing the speed not be way overpowered compared to all the other stats here, because usually in my runs the speed is like way developed compared to everything else, and then I have to spend the rest of the turns just kind of catching up on stuff. But you know what, as long as it gets the same end result either way, I'm not going to complain, although it is kind of weird seeing that right now. Let's just go with this one. I was like debating going for the power, then just doing a, oh hey, it's Santa Anita, then doing a date event. Do I need the stamina, or not the stamina, the energy? I really don't, so I'll just take the 35, thank you. Okay. Oof. Big oof. I do really need this red desire. Desire. It sounds weird calling her Desire, but I think that's her nickname. Desire? Red? I don't know why they call her Red. Desire-chan. I don't know. Anyway, I need to get her catched up, but I'll just do it through these means instead. I want the wafer cards from that collab because they have a card with like all three V-sisters. Also, some of the food is funny, like the log cake roll. I did see some of the food from all that. It's kind of funny. One of the items. I'm also obviously jealous because, you know, obviously I want to get some of the food, like the Hatimi drink and all that. Always jealous of, you know, I mean, there's so many like Uma collabs and like, you know, cafe, like the stuff like that. So it's, I mean, compared to like Gaku and Automaster are so, it feels like they have like at least like 5 collabs going on in a given time. I mean, that's kind of nice in a way, but also damn unfortunate if you're trying to collect merch of not every character, like a character's, you know, all their merch. It's like, well, good luck with that. But maybe someday I'll be able to experience all that. I don't love that, and in fact, I already have both my dreams, so let's do a dreams. Let's get the dreams going. Good old child over here. Get this child up to speed. This lost child. Reminds me of that meme from One Punch Man. You know, back when One Punch Man was good. It's like, whose lost child is this? When Saitama was talking about, what was it, Tatsumaki or whatever? Good times. That was the first anime I think I watched seasonally. It's not the first anime I watched, but I think that was when I was first starting to watch anime in like a seasonal format. Was One Punch Man, and I remember watching that with a friend, and like it was, dude, that was so hype. Oh man, I mean, it's obviously unfortunate seeing how the subsequent seasons have been in terms of how terrible everything has been with the animation and the everything. But that was like such a special case of a dream team of like directors, animators, artists, all that coming together to create this passion project, and it just turned out to be one of the visually best shows for a while. So it's unfortunate that we won't get that later. I haven't even watched. I think I did watch season 2. I haven't even touched season 3. I don't even think I'm gonna watch season 3 based on what I've been hearing about the shit show that's going on there. And I've already have trouble as is trying to watch anime, you know, and it's just like, you know, that's, you know, with all the stuff that's been going on there, it's like I don't really know if I want to watch it. That because there's like two Cheval acrylics I know I won't be getting, being that one racecourse collab and the horse park collab. Oh yeah, those types of collabs are so hard because it's hard to get that kind of stuff if you don't live in that area and actually go there in person. So can't get everything you want, especially if you're a fan of a popular character. Which I'm glad that, you know, in one hand I'm kind of glad that Ines isn't as popular because it means, you know, unfortunately, it does mean there's limited merch of her, but it also means, you know, there isn't going to be like a boatload of stuff that if I want to do like an ETA bag or like a collecting of all that stuff, not going to be impossible to really think to have that be a goal or whatever. I'm a One Punch Man fan reading the manga too, and I was hoping season 3 would be better than 2, but it's so bad. I pray Core 2 is better because that's the main part I was looking forward to much without spoiling too much. Oh yeah, that's big rip. Yeah, no, I know the feel of somebody who is a fan of a source material and then seeing the anime adaptation get butchered. Like my example is, and this is like a really obscure example, but when I was because I kind of started with like visual novels, and one of my favorite visual novels was because I guess to preface it by saying that most visual novel adaptations of anime are it goes like either it's absolutely shit or it's absolutely amazing, and it doesn't really feel like there's usually an in between. Because like I'm thinking of examples of like Clannad and like Steins Gate. Obviously, Fate is another good example, where it's like, you know, the whole franchise there originally started with the visual novels, but those ones are kind of in the vein of like really good anime adaptations. Whereas, you know, you have like kind of other examples where the forgettable anime adaptations, like a Grisaya or like a Magikoi. The one I was thinking of was Rewrite, because Rewrite aired at the time that I was still watching seasonal anime, and I was like, ooh, this looks like it'd be really interesting. And then it just was such a butchered anime adaptation that I was like, oh god, this is so terrible. Especially with it's hard too with visual novels, because it's like a lot of those are like 50 plus hours of having to read through stuff, and a lot of people, it feels kind of shitty just being like, you know, talking to people and being like, oh, you know, it's like, if you want to get the full story, just read the visual novel. And it's like, oh yeah, just spend 50 plus hours with this source material. And it's like, I realized how kind of entitled that sounds in a way. But yeah, I feel that. But also it's I have other examples too, because there's like what was that one? There was a manga that I was reading, kind of on and off. Whisper Me a Love Song. That aired, I think, like about a year or two ago. That I honestly thought the story for that was really interesting, but the way that the anime adaptation was completely butchered, it was just so sad to see. And I actually did watch a little bit of the anime, but I never finished it, and they never finished it too, apparently. I mean, they did, but like it was delayed a whole bunch, and so it was just a whole bunch of terribleness there. I mean, if you've ever watched like a Shirobako, where you know, like, oh, like, it's crazy how that's still kind of applicable in a way. Not all anime studios are like that, obviously. Like, there's examples of, like, for example, Kyoto Animation, you know, has a actually good schedule where it's not like everything's last minute. But it's crazy how that's still kind of a norm of, like, stuff is, like, you know, still done, like, last minute, and, like, how everything's, you know, has to be done, like, kind of, like, the week of or whatever. And it's, like, it's insane how that's how the anime industry works. But I digress. That was a whole nother tangent. anyways, I'm missing the or the chat. Let's see. But the biggest thing for me was how the manga panel had way more detail than a 5-second still shot in the anime. Yeah, that's tragic, very tragic, and like not even like a comic tragic. It's just like that's such a shame to see that stuff. It doesn't help that the director was like, you know, like talking about it like in on Twitter, being like, oh, like, you know, like don't expect, it's like, you know, it's just like don't expect too much, blah 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 or whatever. I don't remember the exact words, but it's just like I remember people getting riled up about his like comments on Twitter and stuff. And it's just like he's not helping either. Sometimes you just gotta stay away from social media from that kind of situation, you know, make the bad situation worse. Oh shoot, I need to do dreams. I still have 2 turns left, and I have 2 dreams left. Okay, that takes us out of that equation. I have 4-5-5, so at this point I think I can start catching up on some stuff, although... that's tempting. I'm gonna go for the double stamina there. Or not double stamina, double speed. What am I saying? Okay. I think I've only used 3 date events. Yeah, I know. Shut up. I just wanted to check how many date events. I'm not going to actually do a date event. I just wanted to see how many I had. I think I had 3. Or I think I did 3. I think I have 2 left. And now I should start catching up on stamina. Alright. Let's go. Let's go. See what we got here. I think I should have 19 dream points, I hope? I think so, based on what I saw. Let's see... 19, perfect. Okay, we're on good track right now to get the 858. Even if we don't, the 758 is still not bad, but like 858 I think is obviously kind of the ideal right now, so... let's just get that hopefully going. And we hopefully should... we only need 16 points, so as long as I can get... From what I've seen, I think as long as I can get all the characters to UG by minimum by the end of it, or by the end of like this cycle, we should be good. We are training a betweener, so okay, bring that skill in play. Wait, are we training betweener? Hold on, am I training her as a betweener or am I training her as a? I am. Okay, I don't know why I thought she was an end closer for a second. Okay, well, hold on, let's see. Let's get that going, I guess. Speaking of which, my absolute favorite anime is back. Can't wait to watch JoJo Part 7 with the boys. Oh, yeah, I did see the first episode got released. Saw a few. Of course, people were posting, like, on the Uma subreddit, because the horses showed up or whatever. I need to, well, I don't know. I watched 1 episode of JoJo. I think it was for, like, because I was in the, as part of the anime club, we did anime showings, and I remember we did that. But I don't know, like, there's a whole bunch of anime I need to watch, so that's definitely still on the list, on the docket. I've never really been the hugest fan of, like, those types of, like, kind of, like, the more, I don't know, for lack of a better term, like, kind of shonen, not really shonen, but, like, kind of action-y sort of shows. Never really been my vibe. Not saying that I will never give it a shot, because I'm always down for a good story, so, and one of my friends actually is also a huge JoJo fan, so, like, you know, he hasn't really been pressuring me to watch it, but, you know, there's definitely a little bit of the, you know, yeah, maybe give it a shot, and I'd be like, yeah, maybe someday. Oh, look at these children. God, I love Sweep, and it's like they both have the same kind of proportions and height and stuff. It just looks so weird, and it's like one of them is a little child, the Yada child, and the other is the deadbeat dad. It's like the differences in the kind of like personality archetypes, and they're both the same size. That's funny. And there we go. We got the magical whatever. I wasn't able to read that. Magical beauty. There we go. I can read katakana. Okay. 2 UG and 1 UF can get you the E5. Okay, so there we go. Yeah. Which we're on pace for, I think, so I think we are good to go there. Alright. Well, maybe, actually, Marsh, whoever had that S rating there, is not really on pace, so that one's a little bit iffy. But hopefully we get them to be caught up soon. Who knows? Okay. Torena. Ooh. That's pretty bad. Let's just go for dreams here. Let's get that going. Let's go for catching up. I know that's not as much SP, but like I said, I'm not going to try and min-max the SP gains here. At the end of the day, I just need all the stats to line up accordingly. Right? But also, yeah, okay, let's just get... And once again, Yonko is ahead of the pack. As if that wasn't a huge surprise. Okay. Okay, we really need Marsh to catch up. We need... Okay, we are actually kind of running out of time here. We need to get one of these guys up. Specifically probably Marsh, which that's not gonna help me. I really want that, but honestly, I'll take that. No, here we go. We'll just do this. Sweep is 139 centimeters and Stego is 142. That's hilarious. That's what I'm saying. Pretty much the same build. It is kind of funny because you know, obviously the heights and the three sizes are based on the real life horses. So like Stego, you know, IRL was small horse. And then obviously you have like the other end, Akebono, known to be big horse with big. She has the Akebonos and she has the oh god, we're not gonna get it. Okay, well that's a rip. If we're not gonna get it, let's just let me just get this going then, I guess. Ah, we were so close yet so far. I think we're gonna be 1 point short, which is a little bit unfortunate. But like I said, 858 is a nice to have. 758 is still... I've still gotten good ratings with the 758. So it's not like it's the end of the... It's not like, you know, like a 455 where it's like it's a required thing, you know? 455 is definitely more one you have to have, and if you don't, that's kind of a little bit of the end of the run right there. Now we're gonna get 15, aren't we? 15 DPs. Yeah. Dang it, 1 point short. That's unfortunate. Okay. I think this happened last run when I was doing this too, where I got like 1 point short. I just needed one. Just scrape together one more point from somewhere and then just kind of stick it on there. Can't we do that? Apparently not. Oh well. Okay. At this point, I don't know. The stamina is honestly fine. I think I should stop worrying about the stamina. The speed I really need to catch up on. And then everything else. If I want to try and get this US, I need to get at least the speed up pretty close to max. I need the stamina, obviously, to be pretty close to max. I mean, I honestly need these three to be max. And then the wit would also be pretty good to have as like a high rating there. And then I think the guts would be nice to have at least 1200, but that's not that's a more nice to have than anything. This is a good opportunity for our dreams, especially since we need to use them anyway for half of our runs here. For half the turns here in this period. Okay, this is when we use this. Okay. I think I have I have 3, so I have 2 non-dreams trainings left because I have to use 3 in the next 5 turns. Let's see if we can use one here, maybe. Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay. Definitely need to do, I think, at least 2 more speed training, dream trainings. Unless I get a good speed training otherwise. And then I definitely need to do a power training, because the power's not looking great. Oh, I wish that was in the other categories. I think I'll just take this one. is the green gold skill from I even that impactful? It's good. I think it's just limited, right? Because it's only applicable for pace and medium pace. So it's kind of a little bit limited in that sense. But I think it's pretty good otherwise. I just never really take it. Because usually I'm not training a pacer. Like in this case. Okay. Oh, but doing another... Okay, maybe I don't do one more. Maybe I do one more... I don't think I do another speed training. Yeah, I'm already close to... I'm gonna max it out if I do that, so let's not do that. I really need to do... maybe 2 more power trainings. I think that should be enough. Maybe even just 1 more. Let's see how this goes. Because maybe I might want to do a weight training so that then I can get some gains on the speed side of things. Because I'm still a little bit worried about the speed not maxing out here. Ooh, that actually might be pretty clutch. Who knows? Oh yeah, because yeah, that's still. Okay, so wait, let me see here. Because if I do, that'd be 120. That would get me to like what? That would get me to 1655. If I do this, which wouldn't necessarily put me at the risk of maxing out here. It would put me at the risk of maxing out, I think, on the stamina side, but that's fine. If I do this though, that would be 32, 21, just 5, 2. I think I'm gonna go for this one because that gives me the little bit of insurance for the speed side of things. I can put it on Chuval and Gentle Donna for the CM. Yeah, that's true. I think, especially since it is going to be a mid or medium race, and they are pace chasers. I'll probably go for it. Oh, Marsh. Okay, there we go. Young. Oh wait, there we go. Everybody's in their own race. That's kind of nice. It's kind of I kind of feel bad whenever I see two characters in the same race. It's like one of them has to lose in that case. But in this case, everybody gets to win. Look at that. Everybody's happy. Happy ending. The Breeders' Cup. Oh, I didn't finish the... Oh, I didn't even finish the, That's unfortunate, actually. I didn't finish the date events. Just realized that now. Okay, 8,000 skill points, not too bad. But overall... Honestly, for a first run, this is pretty decent. Obviously, I kind of wish that every stat here was a little bit more, because I don't think any of these are maxed out. But, like I said, for first time, for a first go-around, not too shabby. I didn't mean to max that out. Okay. Now comes the fun task of going through all these and filling all that out. Yes, sure. I should probably do the gold skills first and then fill in the gaps later. That's probably the better strategy, honestly. So let's do that instead. That one. That one. That one. Yep. Okay, I think... Okay, that's it. So we still have 3,000 skill points. Yeah, okay, so we should be good, I think. Just take any random stat here. Even the ones that probably aren't even really that useful. Even the ones that don't apply at all, like dirt. I'll save that for if I still have points left over, which I don't think I will, but you never know. Okay. Like, here's the thing. I think some of these stats aren't even going to apply to the situation at hand. I'm just doing it for the ratings boost at the end of the day. Yeah, because see, I think we're at the point now where I've pretty much taken all the stats that I can, or skills that I can, so now I gotta start taking some of them that aren't even going to be useful. Like this one. And this one. I think what happened is I think some of my skill cards didn't give me the skills that they need to give me. Yeah, because I still have 900 skill points left over, and I've taken every skill at this point, so... I think somebody didn't give me what they needed to. I don't remember who, though. Trying to think. I mean, we got Shakur's skill. We got the Aruvu skill. I think we got the air groove stuff. Did we get the... We got the Yonko. I remember Yonko. Who else did I have? I guess Neo Universe? I don't remember if Neo Universe gave me her skill or not. So maybe that was it. I don't know. Or skills. Sorry, she has 2 gold... Just like all the new SSR cards that give multiple gold skills. Because of course that's a new meta. That's how they build up. UA8? Okay, not bad, not bad. Trying to... the ever elusive US once again. But that's still pretty good. We'll take it. Did we get I forgot, did we get mid-S? I don't think we did. I don't remember. Hold on, let me check real quick. Guess I can put her in my team too, because I think she's a lot better than some of the other ones I had. Let me see. She is not. Okay, so definitely not one that I'm gonna be using. Okay. Do I do another one, or do I just continue on this Stego train, or do I move on to another character? Let me switch real quick. Like I said, I think another character that I was training is Shion. So let's do her. It's going to be a different strategy because it's going to be the end closer. But I do like her, and she pretty much has the same cards, like the same parents and stuff. It's just going to be a shift because we're going to be using the Gorushi card instead, and not the Aruvu card. Which are 2 different things. I don't know why I mentioned that, as if that's like kind of the 2 similar things. But yeah, not going to be bringing Aruvu. Going to bring I instead. Not going to be bringing in the Universe card either. And then we'll bring in the... and I think that's only on necessity because I don't have either. Because ideally you want the Universe card, I think, here. And I think the Gorushi stamina card, this new one here, is pretty much required for the end closers in this situation, so that's why I have her over a Universe. So this is not the most ideal deck for an end closer, unfortunately, in this CM, but we never really usually have that unless you're a whale, so we gotta kind of make compromises somewhere. Alright, with that, we will bring Shion into play. Don't worry, Shion, you're not going to be facing Gentle, or not Gentle, well, yeah, Gentle Donna, I'm just more Orphe. Orphe, Gentle Donna, Orphe, Gentle Gorushi, not facing any of those characters, unless you want to. Okay, Nai. No, please don't explain this scenario to me. Okay, she off to a great start. Actually, the greatest start would have had Casino Royale there too. Oh, here comes Anshin. Wow, it feels like I rarely see her. I have seen her a little bit sometimes on the JP side, but like, yeah, rarely. Like, I'm not gonna bother. That's not even. Wait, I should have probably risked it, honestly. That would have been a little bit faster to get. I should have. That was a mistake on my part. I'm so used to rejecting her because I'm like, it's not gonna be that useful. But like, if it shows up this early, if she shows up this early, then yeah, we probably should just go for the charming stat, because that would actually be pretty useful right now. Well, mistakes were made. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to go for the casino drive. That's her name. Why am I not remembering her name? I was gonna call her Casino Royale again, because apparently that's my name for her. Casino Drive, yeah, that's her name. Okay, good. I had to remember for a second. Oh, Yonko, you are not going to be with anybody because of course you are. You're special. You're so special. Give me Guts, because that's going to be the loner child. Yonko, why are you not with anybody else? Literally anybody else. Okay, that's fine. At least you have somebody here. I'm just talking on the support side. It's like, why are you not with anybody? Okay, you know what? That's just delightful. If I do this, that's not going to get her to the friendship fun times. I'm just going to do that instead. Young and unstoppable. Just like me. That's not gonna get her to... Well, that'll get her a step closer, I guess. I think it'll take one more to get to Friendship Rainbow Fun Times. Well, never mind, this will help. Yes. Right, this gives me 5, so we should be good there, so don't have to worry about that anymore. Yes, perfect, okay. Let's do... Should we do Dreams? Yeah, no, I'll save Dreams. I'll save it for when I really need to use it. Which probably is right now, actually. You give energy in one of these, right? Yes, but I kind of want the stats, actually. Dreams it is. I don't have the date event, right? So can't really use that. Alright, give me your synergy. I think that's what you're saying. Okay, now what do I want to do here? Now, if I was smart, I might want to go here so I can get Martial Array caught up with everybody else, but honestly, it doesn't matter, so I'll just go for the stats here. Okay. And then, date event. Perfect. Love to see it. Love it. Or, sorry, recreation event. It's a date event. I don't know, I just call it date event just because I think it's funnier that way. Okay, there we go. Wow, look at that wit. Look at how smart she is. You can get a PhD with all that wit. Okay. I never really... It's funny, because, like, if I look at my family, in terms of, like, kind of the higher education they've gotten, most of my family has actually gotten a lot more degrees than I have. I just have my stinky old bachelor's degrees. 2 of them, actually, technically, but, I double majored. Although they don't give you the 1 degree, they just give you, like, the 1 kind of, diploma. I guess diploma's the other word, right word. They only give you 1 diploma, just lists both of your majors. It's not like they give you 2 that'd be kind of funny if they gave you 2 diplomas, each for 1 major. But no, that's not how that works. There was a little bit, and even now there is still a little bit of me that kind of wants to maybe go masters. But then there's also part of me that's just like, I don't know how useful that's going to be. I mean, for my position, sure, you know, the higher education might be pretty nice, but do I really want to go back to school is the thing, and it's just like, I don't really know. I know there's online master's programs nowadays, which I can do, definitely, so that's always been an option. I've applied to those back when I was still on the job market, jobless, unemployed. That was one thing an avenue I was looking at in terms of, like, maybe I can do like that. Unfortunately, I got rejected from the few programs I applied for, and like the timing of my layoff was terrible because it happened right as those applications were expiring, so I wasn't able to have time to apply for all the master's programs and stuff. So unfortunately, yet another reason why I don't love my former boss. My company was fine. The company was alright. My former boss can go fuck herself for all I care. And she doesn't even work there from what I saw anyway, so, you know, fuck her. But, anyway. It's okay. It all worked out in the end. Sure, I spent 9 months unemployed, and that was fun stuff, but, at least I had a savings that I could dip into, and I got severance pay. Not severance, I guess, no, severance is the right word. Because I didn't get fired, I got laid off. There is a difference, apparently. So that was alright. I guess it's not severance. Well, severance is just for... Severance is technically for fired, right? There's technical differences or whatever. I don't think severance is for... There's another word for it. But anyway, I got paid 2 months after I got laid off anyway, so... for 2 months at least. So that was kind of a nice windfall. And I had savings too, so, you know, it wasn't like I was really starved. It kind of got a little bit desperate towards the end there, which is why I think I ended up posting on a social media and being like, hey, y'all have jobs. And then one of my former managers reached out, so shout out to him. Unfortunately, he actually left last week. So I got hired by him, and then he left. which is kind of unfortunate. But the team I'm in is pretty nice, so it's not really that huge of a... It's a loss, but it's not that huge of a loss. So that's honestly why the last week-ish has been kind of a little bit chaotic, because we've been kind of figuring out shuffling, not reorganization, but like kind of reset expectations. You know, I got my manager's my new manager is, that's a really weird way of putting it, but like, yeah, basically it's just like, so he already knows who I am, but it's just like, you know, it's a little bit different, so having to reset expectations and stuff is always kind of annoying. Believe you me, I've been through, this is my 3rd time that my manager has changed at this point, so nothing new to me for sure. And I'm not even that old in the grand scheme of things, so it's kind of crazy how quickly it's all kind of gone through. It's like the defense against the dark arts. It always goes back to like the defense against the dark arts position from freaking Harry Potter. As much as I don't really love that quoting that series anymore because of the author's views of stuff, freaking the turf that she is. But yeah, I don't know. Can't deny it had an impact on my childhood. Even though I didn't really watch the movies, I more read the books than anything. That's a terrible. Let's go with the dream. Actually, hold on. I have data events at this point, right? Let's do that. What am I doing? Why haven't I used my data events yet? I've been too distracted talking about random bullshit that I haven't been focusing. But let's actually focus. Oh, Marsh. Yeah, Marsh should be. I don't know if it really makes a difference if you have to keep everybody balanced, but from the little bit of runs that I've done, it feels like I should keep everybody at least kind of balanced. I shouldn't have like one character be like way ahead of the others. But I'm not sure if that actually really does make a difference in terms of kind of the ratings here. But ideally, I think I really should try and I don't know what I'm doing. I think I use my dreams. But in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I probably should keep them balanced so that we can get everybody there. I'm surprised Yonko's not in her usual like kind of two grades above everybody else right now, because it feels like a good portion of my runs are like that, where it's like, oh, she's suddenly way better than everyone else, just like in real life. Man, speaking of which, feel bad. Situation in the Middle East. Another consequence, I mean, a lot of consequences aside, more important consequences, but one of the kind of more minor consequences has been the whole thing with like the Dubai races there, and how Forever Young's there, but like everybody, like the other characters, the other horses who were planning to race there have canceled their flights. And I guess the whole status of that is kind of up in the air at this point. So, kind of crazy. I know there has been rumblings on social media, people being like, oh, this is going to be something that's going to be eventually like kind of written in the character story, like her character story, Yonko's. And I'm just like, I don't know if they want to really include that, honestly. Like, it's like maybe they might make some passing mentions of it, but I don't know if that's really something they want to mention, especially since, you know, the situation with retconning Fine Motion's Ireland hair. Well, I mean, that's not really comparable, though. I've seen people make allusions to that as to why they don't do that, or not going to do it. But I don't really know if that's going to be a reason they're not going to do it. But I don't know if they really want to get their hands of all of that. But then again, you know, the Tohoku earthquake, you know, that's a different situation, though. That's like a natural disaster. That's like not really human-made. This is more of a, you know, like a freaking war that's happening right now. So it's a little bit different, you know. But we'll see whenever they implement her story, I guess. Which might be soon. I don't know. Well, maybe not. I highly doubt it. I think they're going to wait until she retires. I don't think they're going to have a scenario ready for her even before she retires, because that just seems like that'd be a bit weird. Second option. Like, I feel like she's definitely one of those characters that's going to be like oh, we're going to have to wait until like a special event, like an anniversary or something, similar to like a Gentle Donna, like an Orphe, like Almondai, you know, those characters. She's going to be one of those characters that's going to be really hyped up. Everybody's going to want to pull for her, myself included. I do want to pull for her. Because it'll be kind of interesting to see what her story's going to be like. Are they going to have like the Kentucky Derby? Obviously they're going to have the Breeders' Cup, like, you know, that's, you know, they have this scenario, so that's, you know, kind of build a foundation for that. But it'll be interesting to see. I guess, yeah, because, like, you know, we have Almond Eye, or like some other character scenarios, like Vivlos, for example, who's kind of famous for racing in Dubai. I mean, that's part of her whole personality in the first place. But it'll be interesting to see, you know, if they can get those races. Kind of doubtful because they weren't able to do that for, like, Dubai, so I don't know if they are gonna do that, but maybe, you know, with the involvement of all the different sponsorships for the different overseas races, there might be a shot that they can get some of the licensing for that. Although I know, like, believe you me, my limited time at Crunchyroll back when I was an intern there, I can definitely tell y'all licensing is a pain in the ass. It is licensing stuff can be so hard, especially if different countries are involved in stuff. So I don't blame them for taking a while to do all this, but at least they're making progress. Yeah, give me those skills. I didn't get an S distance though, so my luck has not been kind there. Although I'm not doing myself any favors with some of the parents I'm bringing, especially because I think the parents I have right now are the parents I have right now. Because that's not that. I mean, we only have like the one here for like the mid. We have a mid here, and then that's really it, right? Like I only have like 6 factors. So if I really think about it, I'm not surprised I'm not getting as much S inheritances as I am, but I'm still gonna complain about it because, you know, of course I am. Why not? Why not? Get that going. In other random news, for those of y'all sports fans out there, the college basketball March Madness has started. I know people usually refer to it as March Madness, so March Madness, the good old brackets, you know, everybody's favorite making of the brackets and getting those busted. Fun times. I always look forward to this time of year. It's always it's always a very unproductive time for me, especially going back to even school. I remember, like, in high school, like, I remember, like, watching the games, like, on my phone and stuff, and not really paying attention in school and stuff. I was still a good student, but, like, it's just like for the first few days, like the first round matches, like, you know, you have your bracket, and then you have like the teams that you want to win, and then you have like a rooting interest, and so that's what makes it really fun, just having all these games that you're watching. But I feel like as time has passed, like I haven't been as tuned to, or like I haven't been focused as much in terms of kind of like really building a bracket, because it feels like the more effort I put in, the worse I do. You know, you have the people who don't know anything about sports choosing based on like a favorite mascot or something, and then winning their office pools, which is always a funny story. But oh shoot, I need to do dreams. But so yeah, now I'm just kind of I just kind of go gut feeling, and then it's like, yeah, if I do well, I do well. If I don't, it's whatever. You know, that kind of mindset. So yeah, today's, and I need to check because I think there's still games going on right now, but like I've not been doing too well on the front. Like from the first game, I think the first game I already got predicted wrong. I think I chose Ohio State over TCU, so that was already a rip. And then I chose Wisconsin to get to the Sweet 16 because I was biased, and that was a bad pick. And then, but otherwise, you know, it hasn't been too horrible. I guess I can check right now. Let me take a good old look at the games. See. Oh yes, VCU won. Oh, thank God, that was one I picked. Okay, I noticed that they were losing, and I was a little bit iffy on that one. But yeah, Duke. Oh my God, the Duke Siena game. That one was a crazy game. Siena, that was like a 116 game. If you don't follow sports, 116 basically is like, it's like the equivalent of like David versus Goliath sort of thing. And Duke was actually losing pretty badly at halftime. I think the only issue was Siena. They were playing their starters the entire game, and so they kind of got tired. And they definitely ran out of gas, and so Duke ended up barely pulling it off. But, oh yeah, God dang it, Vanderbilt. Okay, Vanderbilt won. I don't think Yeah, the Louisville one, I think everybody predicted Louisville to lose, but then South Florida did not pull that off. Oh shoot, I think I picked BI. God dang it, there was so many changes I made last minute that I was like, oh, I'll switch, switch this. I think I ended up choosing like Arkansas to lose to Wisconsin. Initially I had Arkansas winning. That would have been, less painful there. And then I think I chose Texas to win, but then I switched that over to BYU, and now I'm regretting that decision. Did I choose Texas A&M? I don't think I did. That's RIP. Okay. And yep, like I said, there's still games going on. Holy moly, St. Louis is absolutely dominating Georgia. I think I chose St. Louis there, so we're good there. Gonzaga's winning. Illinois is absolutely dominating UPenn, and Houston is dominating Idaho. Okay. So overall, not too crazy of a day in terms of upsets. The biggest upset I think was like a 12-5 upset, which happens a lot anyway, so not the biggest deal in the world. Speaking of sports, it's crazy how this WBC turned out. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about that too, because yeah, I know we've been kind of talking about that on and off, but yeah, the WBC, crazy how that ended. I mean, honestly, deserved for how the US has kind of, if I have to be a little bit, because I mean, sure, I live in the US, I'm a US citizen and whatever, but it felt like, I don't know, the vibes for that US team were just so off the entire WBC. You look at other teams that were like, like partying, having fun, and it felt like the US was more just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like the vibes were like very, very like evil villain like kind of team in like a sports movie, right? It's just like it's like the USSR and like the Miracles on Ice sort of thing, right? Where it's like they felt like the bad guys. And so it felt really hard to root for them. So I'm happy that Venezuela ended up winning. Because yeah, they definitely had much more better vibe going for them. And well deserved. So GG's for them. But no, it was a like just like last go, I was about to say last year's, but last go around, definitely very, very fun. And looking forward to more international sports shenanigans with the World Cup coming up this year, so that'll be kind of fun to watch. They're rooting for Korea to do their thing, aka barely making it to the knockout stage, only to get their shit kicked in by whoever they face in the knockout rounds. Yeah, that's the hope. That's all we can hope for these days for fans of Korea out there. Especially as Son Heung-min starts getting into the tail end of his career. This is probably, how old is he at this? He's in his early how old is he again? Son Heung-min. I think he's like 30 something. He's definitely 30 something. He's like 33, 32. He is 33. Okay, so he is definitely at the tail end of his career. I think this is probably going to be maybe his last World Cup, unless he maybe somehow does the last one, which he's going to be 37 by then, so probably not. But we'll see. I feel like, well, that's the thing. We still don't know all the teams that are going to be in the World Cup, because they still have to do, the Europe side still has to do their qualifying stuff, and then there's the other qualifying tournaments, so we'll see who ends up coming out of that, because depending on how that happens, that group that Korea's in, because it's Korea, Mexico, South Africa, and whoever wins, I think it's out of like Denmark, Italy, and like something. Is it North Macedonia or like, no? That's just, I think that was a last year thing, or last go around thing. But yeah, we'll see. That'll be fun to watch. But man, that was the worst baseball I've seen for a lineup full of MVPs and All Stars. Yeah, it really goes to show, it's not just how good a team is on paper. It also is in the intangible stuff. You look at freaking Cal Valley. I think he went hitless the entire WBC, didn't he? That was kind of, for all the shit that he went through with like the handshake and all that, it all ended up just being a complete, like, did not help in any way, and just made him look bad at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, Bryce Harper didn't have Harper didn't have anything until the finals, and like Aaron Judge, I feel like he's kind of starting to build a reputation between the performance here and like how he's been doing with like the Yankees during the playoffs. It's just been like he's been kind of not as good as his regular season goes to show. It's a bit, yeah. speaking as a Brewers fan, it's kind of nice seeing you know, Terang doing pretty well, and then obviously like Contreras and Churio also contributing a little bit to the Venezuela side. Also kind of surprising to see some other, because like there's a player on Team Italy who the Brewers have as a prospect who actually was hitting pretty damn well, so kind of nice to see that potential, because it's been feeling like first base has been like a carousel the last few years. We haven't had a good first baseman in a long time. I feel like the last first baseman that we had that was decently good was probably Jesus Aguilar, and then before that maybe like Eric Thames for like that 1 year. And I'm biased because, like, you know, Thames was really good in the KBO, and I gotta rep my KBO, you know, team. Doosan Bears, go Bears. I say that as a Packers fan. It's like, ugh, gross. But it's a family thing, you know. My family's a fan of the Bears, so I gotta cheer for them. Cal had more pass balls than hits. That's a really sad stat. That's actually really sad to see. My Mariners go, but still disappointing. Yeah, I mean, he's still probably gonna have a good season, but man, that was a little bit oof to see. J-Rod might go, especially with that home run robbery against that. That was crazy. Yeah, seeing that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Julio's been a little bit. I mean, obviously, Rallies have had the crazy season last season, but like Julio Rodriguez has been like kind of like the face of the franchise, honestly speaking. Sure, it feels like maybe he hasn't been doing as well as probably anticipated, but he's still been doing decently well, so it's looking forward to the season, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. The Brewers feels like they always overperform their expectations. You know, that's generally how their team is, especially with them losing. Who did they lose this year? Definitely one player they lost. I mean, they always lose players. I mean, last year there was the obvious, like, Adames. You know, we lost him among other players. And also, by the way, we are not going to get 858 this time around again, so that's going to be rip, but whatever. Honestly, this one is not really looking that good either. Which is just fine by me. Let's go. Okay. Julio's one of the more consistent players, and I prefer that. Wish the Mariners still had Eugenio, though. Yeah, I mean, I understand why they traded him. It kind of still sucks, though. But at least y'all kept Naylor. You know, Josh Naylor has been kind of, you know, that was kind of a little bit unexpected, but that was kind of cool to see. And there's still the pitchers, you know, between all the pitching that y'all have. But yeah, we'll see how they do this season after the run that they made. If anything, we'll see if the Dodgers can do it again, which I really hope they don't. Speaking of someone who lives in LA, but like, you know, it's just like seeing all the. If they get a three-peat, that's not going to make the case any better for the impending lockout, strike, lockout, one of those. I know there's a difference. One of them is when the owners want that to happen. One of them is when the players want that to happen. Probably the lockout, I think, yeah. We will see. I'm just going to enjoy baseball for what it is for this season, at least. I need to do these, because I have been really slacking when it comes to that. That might explain why I haven't been able to get, the dream points. I only got 15. I don't know if I made note of that, but I only got 15 last time, and so I think it's already pretty. That's why it's pretty rip in not getting. Speaking of rip, we're not getting S distance either. We got B. That's the wrong distance. I don't want that one. Okay. Again, can't blame anyone other than myself for the fact that I'm not putting enough resources into getting S medium. Maybe I need to change up my support card lineup a little bit. Okay. Smiled seeing Eugenio pop against USA, for sure. For different reasons, I presume, as well. But yeah, I mean, especially for like somebody like me, fan the Brewers, you can't really get too comfortable with any player. Right, that's who they trade. They traded or wait, no, I don't remember. They traded some. I mean, obviously they traded Collins. I remember that. That's how they got what's his face? Zerpa, who was one of the pitchers for Venezuela, who did really well. But there was another name I remember they traded. There was definitely like a bigger. Oh right, Freddie, duh. They traded away their ace pitcher. How did I forget about that? I don't know. It feels like, you know, that we already have enough good pitchers. It's not, and it was kind of an inevitability. Like the Brewers are never going to be able to afford any of those players. So that's just kind of the life of a small market team. Rip us, I guess. But I'm happy with the return. You know, we got Sprout, we got Jet Williams, who is Brewers' archetype of short player who's really fast. I mean, we had Durbin, who got traded too, so it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, it feels like you can never get comfortable. I mean, really, the only players who I think are going to be pretty consistent fixtures are Churio, because he signed that contract, and for better or for worse, Yelich. You know, he definitely hasn't been MVP form like in the past, but he's got, when he's healthy, he's still been pretty decent as a player, so can't complain about that. It's just that albatross of a contract has been kind of unfortunate for the times he has been injured. That damn back. Yeah, back injuries are no joke. It's something that I know for sure. Not saying that from experience. Fortunately, I'm relatively healthy. I would say I don't have a terrible back. I could probably be a bit more healthier. Like, I go to the gym, and by gym I mean I run on treadmill while listening to Umamusume music 3 times a week, which has been helpful in a way, you know, trying to get some form of exercise going. Alright, I think I only got 17 points anyway, so it's kind of a moot point. But, oh, 15, even worse. Wow, I barely actually got... Eesh. Okay, and that front, it has not been good. But it's fine, because 758 is still okay. It's okay. I mean, this isn't... We didn't get the S aptitude or medium, so we're already kind of out of it. But I do want to see how good I can get with this this Shion. With Miss Shion over here. Not Shino. Shion. It's only a difference of just swap the last 2 characters. I think that's always kind of funny to me. It's just like how similar some names are. And it's just like, yeah, you know, you have Shion and then you have Shino. And they're very, very, very similar. And I don't know why it took me until now to realize that. I guess that's why I like her so much. Maybe. Okay, well, we have... I think we still have... Okay, so we have 2 non-train... Okay, this is a great time to use that, because there's nothing good. If I do that, and I do that... Gotta catch up on the stamina. This is a reoccurring theme. How did Win Variation even get the name sheet? Yeah, I think you can kind of... If you say your name out loud, you can kind of see it. It is kind of funny. It's kind of one of the more unique ones. You know, it's not just their name. I like those kinds of names. I like the names that actually sound like names, not like Nishino. Right? I guess they call her Flower, so that's kind of a little bit weirder. But like the ones that actually sound like Japanese names is kind of fun. It's actually kind of ones I like more. So like a Shion. What's another good example? Spe. Spe is kind of a more unique name. Trying to think, who else? Suzuka? Suzuka's a good example, I guess. You know, that sounds like a Japanese name. Because I think it is a name. But yeah, you know, those types of examples for sure. But I do like the ones that are kind of a little bit more creative, like an Ayabe Aruvu, or like a Yanko Falco, kind of similar vibes. But Faruko makes sense, right? Because it's part of her name, Smart Falcon, but she just calls her Faruko with the child emoji, the ko. Does I count? I counts, yeah. I's a Japanese name. I always think that's kind of funny because it's like, oh, almond eye, and then there she is, good old eye of almond. And then you get like the straight up like kind of like believe or like transcend, I guess. Toran-chan, Tore-chan, Toran-chan, Ines, Ryan. Oh, those are the funny ones too, where it's like the masculine character, the masculine names like Ryan or Brian. Maya is actually also another good example now that I think about it, because like Maya isn't. Maya is Maya Japanese? I mean, it's a name. I don't know if it's a Japanese name, but it is a name. Alright, let's see her win the BC Turf, which has become my most raced race by far in this scenario, for obvious reasons. I like Lucky Lilac's name, Lala. That one is also kind of unique. I will say that I'm honestly not the hugest fan of it, just because it reminds me too much of Teletubbies, and like kind of the childish stuff like that, but like, it's unique. At least it's not just like Lucky, or it's not Lilac. Like, it's different, right? So I do appreciate that. But I'm trying to think of other funny, not funny, but other like kind of more unique or nicknames. I mean, something like Mabichin maybe, but like that's kind of just a shorthand, so not really. I'd have to like actually look at the character list to actually see. I mean, Orphe is preferred just because I cannot pronounce for the life of me pronounce her actual name, Orfevre. Oh, I guess like this isn't really a nickname, but like any of the Chan characters, so like Karen-chan-san. Like I know, I think Ma-chan calls her Karen-chan-san, or like Ma-chan-san, or like Ma-chan. I don't know, that's kind of funny to me. Like Kita-san has Kita-chan. Yeah, exactly. Like the characters that have like the honorifics, so like San and Chan, those are kind of funny. Because then it's like, oh, Kita-san, Kita-chan. It's just like, it makes sense. Good old Chan-chan alliance. I didn't get as much event points. I didn't get as much SP points this time around. Why do I call it SP points? It's skill point, SP. Didn't get enough of that this time around, so I might be short, unless I didn't get enough skills like I did last time, which honestly maybe looks like the case based on the fact that I still have 1200 left and there's not that many skills to take. Let's see. The answer is yes. Well, now it's the fun time of taking random ass skills for this random ass build. Hold on, did I take? I did not. I did not take any green skills. Okay. Let's just take all the random green skills, and then we have some points left over for this shit. No, not you. Do I have anything that's good for aptitude? I have to keep remembering she's an end closer. I've been so busy with training late surgers that I've just been like, oh yeah, late surger, take that skill. But then I'm like, oh wait, no, I'm not training for that. No, I do not. I do not. Okay, I'll just take a random ass skill then. Here you go, random ass skill. Do people call her Kita-san or Kita-san-san? I think they just call her Kita-san. I've never seen anybody call her Kita-san-san. That just seems like it's really weird. It reminds me of somebody I know whose last name is Chan, like C-H-A-N. So I remember they were commenting it's funny that, you know, if they ever go to Japan, you can call them Chan-chan. So it's like, or Chan-chan. Because it's different pronunciation technically, right? It's Chan or whatever. But they could, oh. I'm surprised I got a US actually. Wow, I did not think this was that good of a run. It's actually, I think, only the second. I guess I see it. Oh, you know what? I see it. 1600, 1700, 1600. Okay, the stats actually kind of worked out really well here. It's too bad everything else didn't. But that's pretty good. It goes to show it's actually not that hard to get a US in this scenario. I didn't even think that was that good. Hilarious. Okay. Wow. Stay Gold is also a nice shortening to Stego. That also, I do like the Stego one. That rolls off the tongue really well. I guess here, while we're here, Oh yeah, Machitan. Machitan, that's another fun one. She has a whole bunch of nicknames. Machitan, Omachi, Tannhäuser, and that's it. Those are the only acceptable nicknames. Not going any further into that. Yeah, Spe, Teo, Maruzen, Fuji, Oguri, Gorushi. Oh, Gorushi. Gorushi is a fun one, especially since she refers to herself as that. Vodka's boring because it's just vodka. Scarlet, I know people call her Daiwa, but you know, which is understandable, but Scarlet. Taiki, Grass. Oh yeah, Hishiyama. Hishiyama Nesan. Hishiyama. That's not really a nickname though. It feels like it's too long. Queen, L. I mean, we talked about L before. Opera O, Brian, Rudolph, Digiton, Air. No, sorry, just Groove. Gurune, Gurune, right? Duramente calls her Gurune. Sage. I still. Is it Seiyun or is it Sky? Because people call her both. I know technically in Japanese her name is Unsu. Like the fans call her Unsu. So I kind of been steering towards that. But like I've seen her called Seichan. I've seen her called Sky. I don't really know what it is. I think either one's fine in this case. Oh yeah, Tama. Good old Tam Tam. I still don't like that translation though. I wish they just call her Tama. Good old Tomato Cross. Fine. Hayahide, everybody calls her Biwa, which is understandable because that's way shorter. Maya, Cafe, Bourbon, Ryan, Akebono, Yukipe, as I think Maya calls her. Rice, Inez, Takion, Ayabe, or Adobe, as the actual horse were called. Inari-sama, Chikezo. Oh yeah, Chikezo, because Jordan calls her Chikezo. Shakur, Flash, Karen, Kawakami. Oh, that's another one, Kawakami, because that actually is just like straight up Japanese. Chichi, or as I like to say, shitty, because that's how it sounds sometimes. Bakshin, Pearl, Windy. I mean, she calls her Windy-chan so much, or she calls herself Windy. I think it's both Sei and Sky. Yeah, I think it's interchangeable. I just think it's kind of funny that it's like there isn't like one official, like kind of one that everybody uses. Because, you know, people call her Sei-chan, but then they also call her Sky. So I'll just call her Unsu and just confuse people that way. Because it's Sei-un Sky, so that's why it's Unsu. It's just like Adobe, you know, or Ayabe and like Adovu. Sweepy, Creek, Faruko, Rob Roy, Jordan, Nakayama, that's another one. Taishin. Taishin isn't really a name, though, but it kind of sounds like it. Urara, everyone calls her Haru for reasons. I guess that's fine, but, like, it's, again, yeah. Bamboo, Biko, Marvelous, Fuku Kitaru or Fuku-chan Senpai, CB, Doto, Dober, Nei-chan, which I don't know why they called it, what was it in the English translation? I forgot. It's something stupid, right? It was like Nady. It was Nady. Natie. I wasn't a huge fan of that one. Nady, King, Machitan / Tannhäuser / Omachi, Ikuno, or is it Dictus? No, it's Ikuno, right? I know in the anime they were like, oh, what should we shorthand call you? Ikutus? Ikuno? It's like, I think it's Ikuno. Palmer, Helios, Turbo, Daya, which I find it funny that in the game initially they call her Satono. I think that's before Crown came out, but it's like they call her Satono. It's like, why are you calling her by her Crown name? Kita, Chiono, Sirius, Ardon. The Mejiros make it a lot easier because they have to call them by the other name. They can't just say Mejiro. Yaeno, Tsuyoshi. It's Tsuyoshi, yeah. Nobody really calls her Sudomaru, as far as I know. Or I guess Suru-chan. Oh, that's another example. Suru-chan and Tsuyoshi. I guess both are acceptable. Bright, Laurel, Top Road, NTR. Zephyr, Furioso, Transcend, Espo. Flight. Wait, do they call her North or Flight? I don't remember. Flight. I think they call her Fuchan, yeah, so Flight. Chris S. Gimlet, Gim Senpai, Ruby, Ramonu, I don't know why I forgot her name for a second. Ma-chan, I mean, that one's easy. That one's gimme. Crown, Shuval, Virginia Vivlos, those are easy. Dansu, another example of a kind of Japanese sounding one. They call her, wait, because there's Hishi Miracle, who calls her Mirako with the same thing as Falco with the character for child. I think they just call, don't they just call her Miracle? Mirakuru? Mirakuru-san, KS-san? I don't remember. I don't remember. I think they call her Miracle. No, they call her KS? I legitimately don't remember, actually. Both sound actually plausible. Let me look this up. I think maybe the site might have it. Just the characters. KS Miracle. Yeah, they call her nicknames. Kei-chan, Miracle, Mirakuru, Mira. Okay, that's interesting. I do find that kind of funny. Because yeah, we have KS Miracle, Hishi Miracle. We have all sorts of miracles between the literal miracles, and then we have like the Kiseki, we have Fuji Kiseki, we have Kiseki. It's like all sorts of different... people really love their miracles when they're naming their horses. Bucket, we have Jungle, we have Poke, Bucket, as I like to call her. Believe short enough, no reason. They call her no reason. Yeah, they just call her no reason, so... I love Miracle, as do I. That's a fun one as well. Still, Ricky, Tarumaya, cute. Ass, or Ass-kun, or as I like to say, Ass, because that's how the katakana sounds. Voice, Ace, Universe, the aforementioned Miracle, Tap, Duramente. I just realized this isn't all the characters. This is only the trainable characters. I don't know why I'm here. That's fine, I guess. This is already going on long enough. Ryan Craft. They call her Craft. Otherwise known as Minecraft, as I'd like to say. Shizario, Messiah, Pandora, Buena, Orphe, Gentil, Shion, Johnny, Calstone. They call her Lido. Yeah, Lido. Durandal, Bubblegum. Oh shoot, do they call her Bubblegum or Fellow? I think they call her Bubblegum. I don't know. I don't remember them ever calling her Fellow. Let me look this up again. I think they just call her Bubblegum. Yeah, they call her Bubble. Okay, that's easy enough. Fenomeno, Mamechin, I, Gran, Loves, Chrono, Stego, Kiseki's already short enough, and pizza. And now I'm hungry for pizza. I'm actually pretty hungry. I just realized I haven't eaten dinner today. That's probably not a good thing. Okay, well that was that. That was our fun recreational, not recreational, that was our fun intermission. It is already almost 9, but I don't have to go to work tomorrow in terms of the office, so let's do one more run. Let's do one more run and just get that going. Do we want to try a new character? Let me go back. I got US for the Shion, so let's try for the US for... Who was I training before? Who was I training before? Uh-oh, I've already forgotten. It wasn't Pocket. It was no, it wasn't Stego. It was Stego. Yeah, I was training Stego. Where are you? You're right at the bottom here. Okay. Switch over to that, and we'll get that going. Speaking about horse naming, I want either an end closer and name them in the front, or a front runner and name them from behind, confuse the announcers and the spectators. That would be hilarious. That would be really funny. And with how horses are named, I could see that happening. Although, with how many horses there are, it would be really hard for like that specific... Because you've seen like the mean horses, the ones named after Umamusume, like the ones that are named like Umapyoi, or like Paka Paka Des or whatever, Desu or whatever, like all the different memes there. There was like Happy Meek, which actually had some success, but it really goes to show that a majority of the horses that race have almost no success, and so they end up just kind of retiring pretty early. It's kind of crazy. You know, you see the perspective of all these really great characters winning multiple G1 races, and you're like, oh, this character only won one G1 race? What a scrub. And then you realize, oh wait, it's super hard to win a G1 race. Kind of really goes to show just how hard it is sometimes. Chachamaru's cute. Hey, what's up? I was trying to parse your username for a second. Hey, Chacha, what's up? Used the Lido SSR card, and that card was crazy. Yeah, I remember that card was actually viable for... Because I remember having to borrow that for CNs and stuff. That specific speed card, because I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that one was that one is actually a pretty good one. Kind of in that vein of characters, or not characters, like cards that are kind of hyper specific for a situation, but we still like those cards sometimes. Honestly, Aruvu is honestly looking pretty good, but like I have no energy and I don't want to heal. I'm gonna go for Yonko here. Catstone Lido. That's true. Yeah, that is the cat card. That is part of her personality. Like her personality is literally just straight lines, speed, and cats. That's pretty much what she is. And don't get me wrong, we still love her for it. Like I was ragging about who was it? I was ragging about a character for being one-dimensional. Oh yeah, Epiphanea. But it's different, right? There's a difference. It's nuanced. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hypercritical too. Oh boy, what do we got here? I think I might want to go for this one, because I don't think I got Casino Drive yet. I have not. There we go. Perfect. Okay. I guess I could have told because the energy there. Oh boy. Okay. Let's go for this and hope that we get the date event coming anytime soon. Oh, ask and ye shall receive. There we go. Love to see it. Why is my... There we go. I was like, my surprise expression isn't working. I have to... The way it works is I have to like raise my eyebrows. It's not like a preset button I press. I legitimately have it. So like if I raise my eyebrows big enough, it should go to the surprised face. But I don't know why. Hold on. There we go. Okay, maybe it's just my forward setting wasn't registering it very well. The behind the scenes. Anyway, I also got UC7 today in Twinkle Series for the SSR ticket, and I still in love SSR. Need 1 LB to use it for BD though. Yeah, it's a good card, but yeah, I definitely need more copies of it to be semi-viable. I presume you're pretty new to the game then, because you're... Well, actually maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't make assumptions. Yeah, we'll go to that one. We'll go with this one. Sure, why not? Use my high pitch voice. Hey, everybody. God, that reminds me of the when I did the My Voice Do stuff, and I was just like trying to come up with the most stupid voices. Really test my limits and abilities, of which I don't have many to begin with. Let's go... I have to do dreams. I was gonna be like, let's do that one. And then I realized I need to do both of my dreams trainings already, so... Let's do that one. Alrighty. And with that, I can do that one, and then get the other one going. The other wit training. I did see Aruvu had friendship training eligibility, but I'm a little bit I kind of just want to take that one, but I have to use my dream sequence here, or my dream sequence, dreams training. Dream sequence, where does that come from? Dream sequence, I don't remember. It's probably some random game or whatever. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, wait, she isn't up to speed. Never mind. Okay, didn't even matter. Didn't even matter. All right. Alright, Stego. Way to go, Stego. Haha, fun puns there. When did Master Races first come out, JP? Oh. Like the Masters Challenge, I presume what you're talking about. That came... Actually, I think there are dates. There's the history, the archives. I can actually refer to that. And I don't have to guess. No, not you. Masters Challenge. Looks like the first one started... Oh, that's actually pretty early. 2023... December 2023. So that would have been... almost 3 years, because that would have been like 2 months before the 3rd anniversary. So there you go. That's when you're gonna get the Masters challenges, I guess, and then yeah, we get the cycles there. When? Hold on. Oh, okay, it's over. I was gonna say, like, when's this round gonna go about? Because I did finish these ones between the Wait, no, that's not the right one. Oh, they don't have the history from the most recent ones. The ones with the goddamn Super Creek that took me such a long time to try and beat, and the US whatever Oguri cap before the S5, or before US was even attainable for the normal people. I am pretty new, honestly, but I've been chipping away Twinkle for a bit now. Got all the other SSR cards from the scenarios, but Twinkle was a little bit too RNG for my previous deck, so I decided to leave it alone for a bit. That's fair. Yeah, if you're new, you know, you gotta get all the cards that you can get, so let's get all the scenarios going there, which is absolutely fair. But yeah, definitely eventually need to... would ideally want to catch up to the new scenario, because, you know, that's obviously gonna be the best scenario that we have right now. As is per usual with this game, the newer the better, usually. Whoops, no, not you, okay. So when Cheval comes out, got it, free Cheval funds. Actually more like funds for Anime Kita-san and Vivlos were right after. Yeah, that's gonna be brutal for you. I'm not looking... I'm sure you're gonna have to save up a lot of gems for that, because the succession of those are not great for the characters that you like, for sure. That's not gonna be fun times. I said it once and I said it again, though. At least we have the the hindsight, the foresight to be able to know when characters come out. Because, like, I don't know if... Actually, hold on. Yeah, because the next banner is going to be a... Actually, no, it might not be an original character. It might be the ballroom event, right? So that might be the next rotation of characters. Which is good, because I need to save up gems after spending all of my gems trying to get Victoire Pisa in the first place, so... I need to recover, especially my wallet. My wallet also needs to recover. It's fine. My wallet can withstand it because of my my impeccable savings plans. Also the windfall from my tax return, but that's another story. Trust me, I have the poll plan ready. Nice, nice, yeah. Very, very good. Gotta exercise patience, which is a necessary trait for this game. Something that I don't have. I am not good. Whenever I save more than 10k gems, it feels like a miracle sometimes. Like, I think I have like 10k gems-ish right now in the English game, so I am just waiting until we get to Ines, because I know Ines is going to be coming pretty soon, so I gotta save up for that, because otherwise I am going to be left alone in the dark. Almost got a US today, though. UA7, because no Sharp and Bad Inheritance today. I mean, that's still pretty good. Honestly, when it comes to the difference between like a high UA and like the S tiers, it really comes down to like the minute differences. Like, you can have pretty much almost the exact same stat lines for those two. It really comes down to like skills and like the skills you take and like all the other stuff there. So it's a very thin razor margin. It feels like it's a very thin razor thin margin from what I've seen. The only characters I want are Ricky and Laurel, and then after that's Truevolve, and then the cards that come out at that time. It's nice to have a plan, you know. Must be nice to be able to know what's coming. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, I really do hope that the ballroom event's coming next for the JP side. I mean, we still have time. I mean, the Pisa banner was literally just released yesterday, so literally 25 hours ago. So, you know, we have time. I have time to recover, and we're still getting free gems from the anniversary, which at this point it's been like almost a month since the anniversary, so it's kind of crazy we're still getting free gems. I think I have 5 or 4 more rounds of like 150 gems left, so it's I take the free gems. I appreciate it, definitely. Not complaining about that. Might be able to do decent currency after all. Yeah, I mean, as long as you can get, I think, like a decent character in terms of like kind of like high UAs with good skills, that's the thing. Skills are uber important. It doesn't really, the rating can be inflated for all it matters. Like, it doesn't really make that much of a impact whether you're facing like a US, high rank US's. If they don't have the skills, they ain't gonna pay the bills. So really just gotta make sure you have the right skills for the tracks and all that, and hyper build it for the situation at hand, which I'm assuming that you're doing pretty well job on. So hopefully we got all that going. I think I need to do... Well, I need to start doing some of the dream runs, so let's get that going. Oh my god, she's so short compared to everyone. I said it before, and I'll say it again. She's... The juxtaposition of her character, like her whole personality and her character compared to her actual, like, kind of her size is so funny to me. Like, she's this, like, traveling nomad who, you know, is like very kind of like you know, like very worldsy and stuff, and then you have her being like as short as like a Sweet Tosho and like a Nishino Flower. Not that short, but like kind of in that range. It's kind of funny, and this is an illusion of choice. Nice, I love that. Okay. Oh, we gotta go for this. This is beautiful. Love to see that. Parent grinding isn't producing anything good at the moment, so I only managed to get around 3 pages of skills. Honestly, the fact that you are building parents is better than me for sure, but like, yeah, that's still pretty good, so definitely doing pretty well for yourself for that right then and there. Yeah, because I do not build parents for the life of me. I'm just, I don't know. I'm too lazy, I guess is the best way of putting it. And for how long I've been playing this game, I usually have pretty decent parents anyway. But then it comes back to bite me in the butt sometimes, like in this situation when my parents that I currently have don't have that many medium factors. So I'm kind of left not doing very well in terms of the inheritances there. But hopefully the RNG gods can come to my side and I can actually get something this time around. Who knows? Maybe. You know? Maybe one day. The deck I have planned for Cheval's release is Speed Maru, Speed L, Speed Poké, Stamina Earth, with McQueen and May. Yeah, it's pretty good. A pretty good lineup. I mean, especially during that, I mean, L is going to be a must pull, because she's going to be the next Kita. Poké is honestly not a sloucher herself. She's also pretty good in that sense. Asukun is also going to be, I think, the best stamina card until Shakur comes along. Ooh, hold on. We got ourselves enough event points to do one more. Ah, damn, look at that. And then, yeah, Whit McQueen is really good for the Pacers, which is what Cheval's strategy is, so that lines up. Maru's good. I mean, she's a good... Don't get me wrong, she's a good speed card. I feel like she's more attuned for the front runners, but I mean, at that point, you don't have that many choices, so I can't critique too much on that. Yeah, because at that point you're not going to have something like a Almond Eye or like a Still in Love or any of those characters, so it's still in the air for those. I need to do... You know what I need to do? I need to do some date events. But I don't like how much energy I have right now. And it's still early, honestly, so maybe I'll just... I'll do it dreams, you know what? Let's get some dreams going. I don't like any of my options here. And isn't that what dreams are for? The dreams training is when you have some really bad options, so I'll just turn that into a good turn. There we go. Okay. Oh boy, this isn't good either. Let's go for... Only because I want to get... Only because I want to try and get Desire, I guess, up to catch up on the rest of her crew over here. And then... I don't love that. I guess... Oh my god, wait, the stamina's not looking great at all. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, we'll do that instead. If I'm lucky, I might... wow, I can't read today. As if that's different from the other days. If I'm lucky enough, might use Speed Tachyon over Maru if I get copies because I'm planning to at least Spark on that banner. But Speed Maru, I'm going all in for Kita-san. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. It's like, because I think, if we're honestly comparing, like, Tachyon, I think, is honestly, like, a little bit of a better card. Not even just for, like, you know, the specific situation of Shuval, but, like, overall. I feel like that one was talked about more as, like, the better card, than the Maruzen. But, yeah, that requires to get the luck there, so it's really just, dependent on that situation. But I wish you luck on all the pulls there, because that's going to be a whole lot of stuff to try and get in that short time frame. Let's go for that one. Mine has around 30 medium skills and 20 general skills, along with some nice genetics and a bunch of green skills. Only has 75 white factors. Only. Only. No, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's not great compared to my Barrows. Yeah, no, some of the people who have really good parents, it's crazy how many white factors that you can get from that. Yeah, I mean, if you look at some of my parents, it's like, it's not great. But again, I'm not specifically training for parents, so it's kind of at least understandable why it's like that. Maybe one of these days I might do that, but I feel like, well, I mean, the competitions only happen once a month, so it's not like, you know, not like there's not enough time to prepare for that stuff. I just am always kind of a bit lazy when it comes to playing this game sometimes. Like, there's usually periods when I just don't even do any runs. I just log in, get the rest of the rewards, and then I'm done with the stuff there, so I'm not utilizing my full potential of a gem economy and all that, which I recognize. That is a problem of my own doing, which is very solvable. Especially with how you can just do auto runs. That's the other thing too. Is like I can always just do a fan run of Ines or somebody and just be like, okay, we're done. But instead, here I am, just not doing anything. Kind of the same with Gakko and Master. I haven't even touched that game in weeks in terms of doing a run. Like, I still log in to obviously like can collect dailies and stuff. The nice thing about that game is you can do daily, you can get all the rewards from dailies without having to do a run at all, which is pretty nice. I wish Uma was a little bit like that, where you don't have to do a career run in order to do the in order to get all the rewards. But I guess we'll see if they ever change that up. I mean, they have changed, and I know this is the case in the English version as well, is that they changed it so that you actually can get extra crowns or whatever from logging into your club. But they don't count that as like a daily they don't count that as like a daily like a thing to do, right? So it's like it doesn't really count towards those goals. Gonna head out to watch part 7. See you next time from Mario Galaxy. Yeah, it's good seeing you. Hope to have a good rest of your day, and yeah, have fun with the JoJo's. I'll see you tomorrow for Mario Galaxy. Yeah, we'll do some catching up on that. Try and get more stars. We'll see how far we can get along with that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Okay. Speaking of Nintendo games, I know Pocopia has been I mean, I don't know how much of a trend it's been now. I feel like more last week it's been the hot game that everyone's been playing. But oh shoot, I need to do dreams. And I've been really tempted to buy it. Now, buying it versus like actually streaming it is a whole different thing, because like I don't know if I want to buy it just to play it for myself or buy it to stream it or that kind of thing. So there's a little bit of me that's like, oh, maybe I'll do that for like Sunday stream, because Sundays are usually like my variety stream day. So maybe I might do that. I know there was another game that's been going around, retro. What is it called exactly? It's like retro. In my wish list somewhere. Like a retro, you're like, it's like TCG card shop simulator. It's like those simulator games where you're running a store, except this is in like kind of the retro. Yeah, yeah, retro rewind video store simulator. Like you're running like kind of a blockbuster-y, kind of like the old 90s style, like kind of like those like kind of movie rental stores. And it seems really interesting, and I feel like that'd be something that'd be kind of fun to play. So that was also something I was looking into in terms of buying that and playing that. I also know the Steam sales going on right now, the spring sale. There isn't really anything that's caught my eye in terms of anything that I want to play, so I guess we'll see. I haven't taken a deep dive into that yet though, so we'll see if there's anything interesting worth buying, but none of the things on my wish list are really that discounted, so I think I'll just wait until I have enough motivation / money, because I've been really grinding in with Hades more than anything. Like that's been the game that I've been obsessed with recently, so I've just been playing that, and I think I'm satisfied with that until further notice. Until I finish that. Well, I don't know if I'm going to finish that anytime soon, but I am making progress. You know, I've definitely my weapon of choice there is the bow, and I've been using that a lot, and then I've been trying to diversify my portfolio, so to speak, and try to use more weapons. But I've been able to escape a good number of times. Like I've been more or less kind of dying to Hades for most of my runs. But that's neither here nor there. And that's a game that I feel like I'm probably not going to stream. I think I mentioned this before, right? Is like, there are games, most of the games that I play, I end up streaming. But I feel like I should probably separate it out and be like, yeah, let's just leave this one alone. Let's just leave this for me, myself, and I, not make this into content sort of thing. So I think that one's probably, unless it's highly requested, but like, maybe I might save that for the second game, the sequel. I'm definitely going to be playing that at some point, and maybe I should buy that because it's on sale right now, but we will just wait on that because I don't really know. Anyway, I understand I need to have Pom-Pom playing at all times to force myself through the scenario in a halfway decent mood. People say Onsen RNG is worse than BD RNG, but it's not. BD is just a lot shorter. Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like the Onsen, I don't know, I feel like after a certain point with the scenarios, it feels like all of them kind of have similar vibes in terms of RNG a little bit. But I do agree with you that I think the fact that this scenario ends earlier helps, and the fact that it also goes a lot faster, with people's perception of like, oh, it's not that bad, but it's like, there's definitely times, and I think the thing with the mechanic with the dreams training also kind of helps with that also, because if you do run into bad turns, you can kind of mitigate that a little bit sometimes. But there are still situations where it's like, oh, I run out of dreams training, and then it's just like, well, I can't do anything about that. Also, yeah, the pom-pom song, the cheer song, that one is also one I really enjoy. I have that on my daily playlist, kind of my rotation, I guess, so to speak. That and a lot of kind of Uma songs. I've been really I think the newest scenario song, Uma in America, I've been jamming out to that as well. And I still have Tucker's Skill Up Island, because that one is honestly one of my favorite songs. Not biased or anything, because Ines Fujin is my favorite character, and I mean, she is in that scenario / song, but I just really like that song. It's a very nice, peppy, nice pep song to it. A really nice song for when I'm running on the treadmill. And a lot of Uma songs are really good I've noticed for running in general. I think it's just I don't know, something about it just really motivates me to continue running, you know, just listening to these horse girls singing about whatever they're singing. Really is a good motivator. Okay, the stamina is not great for how late we are right now. In fact, everything's not really that good, but if there's one thing that I know is that we can get hopefully some good turns to start coming about, and maybe not have to worry too much about that. Like this one, that's a pretty good turn. But yeah, for how we're about to enter the senior year, and the fact that these are the stats that we have right now, not great. Although, actually, no, the speed is... I think the fact that the speed is this high kind of makes up for that, but yeah, stamina is not great, so we will do that right now. We will get the onsen, or not the onsen, god, the dreams training. Sorry, I have onsen on the mind apparently after your comment. I do appreciate the onsen scenario for one thing, and that's the ability to be able to see the Umas at different ways, aka without their like decorations and like their Menko ear covers and all that stuff. Kind of nice fun sometimes, especially for those that have like kind of a lot of accessories, like Ines obviously with her hat, but like what's another good example? I mean, Goroshi, right? Goroshi has her freaking like the cap and all that, and like the covers. Really weird seeing her without those. It's just a completely different character. All right. At that point, if the arrows are all single, and if I don't want to waste the casino event, I actually just go race. I get around 52 SP on G3 races, so I get more out of racing sometimes than forcing a training. That's an interesting perspective, actually. I don't think I've ever really seen anybody talk about just doing like races. But no, I can definitely see that. Because, yeah, to your point, like if we don't have anything, it's like that might be a good kind of last resort sort of option. Fortunately, I feel like I'm more in a situation usually where I don't use up my dream training and I have to kind of use them at the end because I kind of realized, oh wait, I don't have any more. Like I have 2 turns left and 2 dream sequence or dream training. I might as well have to use them now. But there have been cases sometimes where I like didn't have anything, used up both of my trainings pretty early, and then kind of got left with pretty bad situation. So it really is just this. Kind of just the scenario in a nutshell, right? It's very dependent on the situation. Like that's why it was kind of hard initially to wrap my head around this scenario, was because it really was kind of case by case. You have to kind of play it by ear. It's not just like, oh, like it's not the onsen scenario, right? Where it's like, you know, you have to do, it's very deliberate kind of specific things that you have to do in terms of like you have to do this onsen, then this onsen, then this one. So it's like very easy to kind of like get that, follow the guide to do that. Here it's like kind of like very situational, where it's like, oh, like if it's like this, and it's like, but then you have these, and you have these factors, and it's like a lot of kind of nuance in a sense, so it's a little bit harder to kind of pick up at first. But now that it's been a few weeks since this scenario came out, now we kind of have a general sense of how to do it. It's a lot easier to be like, oh yeah, this is how you do it, and now have the experience to back it up and be able to kind of work through the cases of kind of what we need to do with all that. It's like Aoharu, but more annoying due to how rank is set up. Yeah, no, I think definitely when I first played this, I was like, this is very Aoharu Unity Cup vibes, like 100%, like, for sure. But in a way, I feel like it's a little bit I mean, coming off of Aoharu in the on the English game, definitely made me realize that it is pretty annoying how Aoharu is set up. I feel like this one's a little bit better. I can't really explain why, but it does feel like it's like a little bit better with how that everything is set up there. Give me the guts. The guts is always kind of Now, if I remember correctly, I need to try and get, and we still have time, so I think we should be good. But we need to get everybody at least up to UG, and then one of them up to UF, if we want to get enough points to get the 858 sequence that we want. We're in a good position, I think, right now, because I think I have 3 points right now, so actually I should be, even if I don't get 19 points, I only need 17, so it should be doable, I hope. Let me see, I have 3, I have 2. Oh shoot, I actually need 19. Oh, I thought I had 3 for some reason. This actually could be not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Uh-oh. Ready. Let's do... We are in senior year. Yeah, we gotta do this. We gotta do this. Okay. I was like, for some reason I thought we were a lot less in their careers or whatever. But no, that should give me a good boost there. Let's do... Let's do this one. This one gives me both of those. Okay. There we go. That sets up nicely. So then we can get the UG up there. Thank you for that, I guess. That's not exactly what I wanted. Nice memes. Okay, good stuff. Okay, there we go. Nice, nice. Nice glasses. If team rank didn't depend on the lowest member, trying to get past debut while maximizing SP in the beginning wouldn't be so hard. Oh yeah, no, the beginning parts are so finicky sometimes. It really, because it's like, you really, because like you want to try and max, yeah, to your point, you're trying to maximize the SP, but you also have, you only have the limited number of turns to get everybody up, and you don't have the benefit of like kind of everybody with the rainbow strings and all that, so it's kind of harder to do all that. But yeah, that is annoying. Okay, we should be good, I hope. I think we should have enough event, or the DPs. We should have enough. Should have enough of those. And I can't even rank them up anyway, so I might as well not even try. Let's go for the S1. For reasons I don't know why. Okay. Takarazuka Kinen. Win by distance. Thank you. And goodbye. Easy money. Okay. Okay. So, hopefully I have here's the thing. I think I should have 19, but I might not. Because I got so many points. I had enough to be able to get a surplus last time around, so I'm not sure if I do that. Okay, thank God. Okay, I was like, I feel like that was the case. I think Gabe said that before, where it's like we needed everybody to be UG and then one of them to be UF. So we have enough points to get the elusive 858. Perfect. Okay, good stuff. So with that, now the focus is getting that stamina and the power, and I guess the wit also up to something that's actually good, because right now it ain't looking too good, honestly speaking. That feels like that's more rare, so I'll go with that one. Okay. So now that we're in this stage, I can focus on, if it's not a good train, this is a good training, so we'll go for that, but if it's not good, we go for the dreams, because we have surplus, we have 4 dreams to fit in 8 training tons? That was a weird pronunciation. Turns. Turn it up. This is not good. Let's go for a dream. Dream it up. Okay, with the amount of 130, so that should get me to like 2,000. Or barely close to 2,000. So we'll do that. And then maybe I might have to do one more if I want to max that out, but I don't know if I really want to max it out that early. But we'll just play that by ear. Oofda. That is what I would consider an oofda. Let's go this one. And the reason why I'm doing that is the energy, which I know shouldn't be a big concern, especially since I only need to do one non-dreams training. Sorry, something on my nose. But I might as well use one here. But just in case, you know, you never know. Okay. Because if I do that, that's going to be 60 points to max, and I don't know if that's the best use of my resources, especially since these two are very lacking. I almost accidentally clicked that. Jeez, actually look at my screen when I'm clicking on it. Okay. I mean, I've been doing so many streams of this now, it's to a point of where I don't even look at my phone screen when I'm doing this. I'm looking at my computer screen, and I mostly can click everything correctly. Which is probably not a great thing. I should actually probably be looking, but then then I'm looking down, so it kind of looks awkward. So I've taught myself how to look at this, look at the screen, the computer screen up here, while I can actually play. Power. I don't know why I said guts. Power. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Okay. One of these turns has to be a non-dreams. Should it be this one or the other one? The decision is made, and I don't think it is, because I'm still thinking about it. I think it should be this one, but these are not good. Whale? I think I'm just gonna go... Oof. Do I take the risk of taking one of these? Or do I do the dreams now and then go for the wit? That's kind of where I was leaning to, because we had the two here, so that's probably fair play. And also energy takes a bit hit later on for some reason, and no way to spam recover it. It is annoying, especially since ideally you're gonna have you've already used up all of your date events and stuff, so yeah, for full bar on dreams, yeah, exactly. That's fair. We'll do stamina. Stamina, I hardly know her. Okay. Yeah, in terms of stats, this is not gonna be a US. I can just say that right now. Unfortunately, the RNG just did not really work out too well for us. But that's how this game works sometimes, and I think we didn't even get mid S anyway, so that's kind of moot. I'm just doing this for the fans, slash other things, I guess. Or my circle, my semi-competitive circle. All right. Man, I really wish this scenario was like the Lark scenario, where we had like a really strong rival to go against. Because it feels like it's like when you get to the Breeders' Cup, it just feels like a formality that you're gonna win. It's just like, okay, you won, great. But it's, man, I don't know. It's just not really. It just feels underwhelming, right? It's just like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's it. We did it, hooray! Why do I focus guts so hard? I don't. I think it's just kind of happened to be that it ended up being this high this time around, but generally I don't really care about. I really just want guts to be not horrible, which at the end of the day, even a guts of like 1,000, right, can still get you. I think the last one we had was the guts had an S rate, or not S rate, what am I saying? Like 1,000 or whatever, and I still got the US. As long as the other stats are still good, it doesn't really matter, right? So I think, unfortunately, that's just how this run ended up, where my guts ended up being really high, so another unfortunate situation. Yeah, and we didn't even get a S mid anyway. I think I need to change my parents. I think I need to find a parent that has more medium factors, because right now I'm just really struggling to try and get that. And that's pretty much a requirement these days for CMs and stuff, so really need that to happen. Otherwise, these runs end up just being absolutely nothing. And I'm just doing these just to fill up all of the skills. Doesn't really matter at this point. This is definitely not going to be the one I'm going to be. I almost picked a dirt skill. That's not what I want. That's incorrect. You, sure, yes, why not? Okay, yep, definitely, okay, yep, fine by me, okay, sure. Oh, gotta pick that one, gotta pick the Umamania, or Umaliker, sorry, not Umamania. And I guess that's it. Cool. Yes, perfect, okay. Dank memes, okay. Pick the random stuff, and then we're good to go to see if this ended up probably being like a low UA or something. I don't think it's like a UB. I hope it's not that low. It is a UA4. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this one didn't feel really good, honestly. Like, it was pretty eh. It still ended up being like a UA something, so I think I've gotten a pretty good grasp on how this scenario goes at this point, thankfully. Yeah, like, I think it helps that the guts actually was really high, actually. That might have actually helped a little bit. But definitely not the standard of which we want for the CM, which is coming up very soon, so I need to start really grinding for that. But that's probably going to be it for me, because it is getting late, and I do need to... I said I don't need to go drive to the office tomorrow, but I still got to work tomorrow, unfortunately, so I'm going to call it a night. Somebody got a US with, what, 500 stamina on one of the Discord servers I'm on? Yeah, right? Like, it's as long as you can max out the rest of the stats, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, it'd be nice to have that kind of a little bit higher to get that to get the, I guess, to have a little bit of a buffer, but it doesn't really matter too much. So, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Let's end it off. I noticed I have a, thank goodness for this. I can just run through these and watch my Umas lose these team trials rate. I need to rebuild my my stadium team for sure. They are getting wins now, at least. Like, look at that. See, at least they're getting wins, but there's still a few losses here and there. Oh, can I talk about how I hate, one of my biggest pet peeves of this game is how they give 3 gems. How that's a thing, that's one of the rewards. I'm not complaining about free gems, I'm just like, it just looks so weird when the number of my gems here is not like ending in a 5 or a 0. But that's just a weird nitpick I have. Now we have Fuku Kitaro eating whatever the hell she's eating. What is she eating? Is that carrots or burgers? Show us what you got. I think that's burgers. Okay, cool. I want a burger right now. That sounds really good. Actually, I'm actually pretty hungry. Maybe I'm gonna eat something after this. Okay, but I think that'll be it for me. Let's go into Just Chin and let's sign it off. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. I mean, I know the initial we didn't spend that much time. I was like, why am I hearing the music? And I'm realizing it's because I have my volume up on my phone. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, we only spent one with Victoire Pisa. It is what it is. Like I said, didn't really care too much for her, despite the fact I say that, and I still had to pity for her anyway. So that was kind of rip. But it's all good. At least I have all my characters. At what cost? I've won, but at what cost? But yeah, going to continue with the CM prep. I know that the CM starts, what, in 2-ish days, based on what I'm seeing here. So tomorrow, Saturday. So okay, I can probably spend some the Saturday Uma stream doing that, and then we'll get that going. But yeah, as per usual with the schedule, tomorrow 6 p.m. I'm gonna continue with the Flong series Fridays. Continue playing Super Mario Galaxy. Saturday, more Uma. Probably going to be doing some last minute training for CM if I don't have anything by then. Otherwise, we might just do some fun stadium runs. And then Sunday, either Pocopia or the retro game sim or retro video store sim game that I was talking about earlier. One of those two probably going to be that stream. So look forward to that fun-filled, action-packed weekend, but that'll be it for me. This has been Sheena Penguin. Thanks all so much for watching. Hope you all have a good rest of your Thursday or whatever day time it may be, and hope to see you all in the next one. Till then, have a good one. See ya. Bye-bye.